The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the grifter zone.
Oh, you found your moo.
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. No. How is it my fault? What? The bragging gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on, but that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. He knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay. I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
can I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so then
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends?
Titty
Has your social
freakers.
credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, black jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. 15 years have I been waiting to stand up on my throne.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter!
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
Pro-black Twitter hoes!
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh god, that's getting clipped.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
I'm tired of you! Drops, retard. Robocock.
Ah.
つけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメスパイ
あやこれ好き。
よりによって
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク。
Yo, Atreus, oh my God.
What
clean
the
your
fuck?
camera. Clean your camera, bro. What is that?
Dog.
Bro, you don't eat greasy food. How does it
That's
look
a
like that?
custom filter.
There ain't no
Nah,
way.
dude.
There
Nah,
ain't
that's
no fucking
fingerprint
way.
smudges. That's
Clean your camera, bro.
You gotta
do this
learn
shit
to
on
aim, my
purpose
boy.
now.
Hey, fuck y'all, man.
You want a microfiber? Like, there you go. Wow.
Oh,
There it is.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Saturday Night Hypnosis, episode 148, which is insane. We are 2 episodes away from 150, man. 150 is happening this month. What are we doing for it? We already know Atreus not showing up. That's fine.
damn.
Big booty bitches.
Yeah, big booty bitches.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the panel, not for me, obviously.
What about for the white people?
Hey, white people like big booty bitches too.
Lots of heroin, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, no, seriously, guys, shout out to all you. Everybody keeps talking about Smash blowing Hassan in the chat. There's a lot of Smash blowing Hassan. Look at this. Smash using a nightclub setting in his office. Smash was blowing Hassan. That's wild.
So now,
bro, what are we doing?
We need to get somebody to send JT a $100 super chat so that he gets a Gluck
On my channel, by the way, just clarification.
on Hypno's channel so that he gets a Gluck shirt and he throws it on too.
Yes, absolutely. I will gladly take $100 super chat on my channel for Smash JT. I promise that he will get it at some point.
That's the art of the deal.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, listen, we got a special guest, man. The Puerto Rican Pistolero hanging out with us again. Happy to have Rolo back with us. What's up, man? How you doing?
Muted.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
man.
Well said. Well said.
Nice,
Well
nice,
said.
No way, dude.
Very nice. Yeah, that's well said. No, you're definitely muted, man. 100%. We're not fucking with you.
There we go. Of course.
The hazing. What's up, man?
That's how it is, right? That's how it is. That's how out of practice I am. It's good to be back. It's been so long, and I'm glad to be back here. I mean, how long has it been? Like 2 years or something? Like
it's been a while, man.
It was one of the early ones. I can't believe you're at almost 150 now. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I think you are a little over 100 episodes ago, something like that.
I think so.
Pretty insane. Shout out to you, man. Happy to have you back.
Hey,
all right, guys, let's get into our intros because my God, dude, this has probably been one of the most packed weeks for gaming related news in a long time. And there usually is plenty to talk about, but there's so much that happened this week that there's no way we're getting to it all. So let's just get to our intros and see what we could get to. Because that's really what we're doing. We're going to start off with the real life fake wizard, or the wizard who is fake in real life, however way you want to say it.
Whichever way it works, man. I'm the real life fake wizard here on YouTube, the bane of Nintendo's existence. But today, and for my intros, I think it's kind of fitting to bring a little wisdom to all of you here in the chat. And did you know Kotaku's 2021 Metroid Dread article praised emulators, sparking piracy debates and a quick apology after Nintendo's complaints about them? Did we know about that? That is a Kotaku Snapple fact.
Kotaku Snapple fact. Can we do that once a week? Can you bring one of those once a week?
I literally have 100 of them here that Grok just generated during the intro. So yeah,
Thanks,
fucking
Grok.
love Grok, man.
Shout out to Grok, bro. Like goated.
Grok's a
Shout out to
legend.
my nigga Grok.
The Kotaku
Damn,
Snapple
bro.
facts.
I just got off my strikes.
I'm black. It's okay.
They can't see that right
Can't see
now.
you. Yeah, you're not on camera, dog.
If you're gonna drop those words, you got to be on camera. Then we're fine.
My avatar is black.
That
No,
don't mean
it's
shit.
not. It's just the
Trace is here. It's
Wait,
cool.
I need to just get a black avatar?
Shut up. Twitter,
Nah, your voice, you ain't going nowhere with that voice, bro.
bro. Twitter popped my ass for dropping an
Hey,
N-bomb in the Ben
popped your
Shapiro.
ass?
Hey, yo.
Hey,
Damn,
yo,
what
shit
the
means. Stop. You know what that means.
We're not
Anyway,
20 minutes
That's
in, bro.
crazy, bro.
at any rate,
Stop it. Get some help.
now they got me for, like I dropped the N-bomb in a fucking Ben Shapiro tweet, and they was like, "Yeah, you can't use your account for like a year." I was like,
Yeah, Twitter
God
doesn't discern between who's black and who's white. YouTube does though, absolutely. Wizard, you go with your intro. Thank you for the Snapple.
Yes, sir.
Fact. Thank you, sir. Make that a thing once a week. I think it'll be great.
It will be.
Sheepsidian.
What's going on, guys? Another once a week thing that I'm trying to establish here is manga of the week. I picked up recently Volume 3 of Kagurabachi.
Nice.
And on top of that, also got Volume 2 of Goblin Slayer. So
nice.
We're gonna keep these collections going as we do. Otherwise, yeah, I just been working, putting out tweets and getting people pissed off at me. That's it.
I like that. I have to remind the chat why Cassie's not here. Everybody's like, why is Cassie not here? It's like, bro, she told you guys last week. Anyway.
She did tell us, yeah.
Kato, I guess. I don't know. You're not on camera, so.
What's going on? It's
Kato. Black person.
Hold on. Wait a second.
There we go. Yeah, let's get some ass claps in the chat. Shout out
clapping your ass?
Hey, yo, stop.
What?
Yo, I didn't say
it was mine.
What is wrong with you?
It was mine. It was Sonya's. But anyway,
you didn't say it was Sonya's at first. You just said ass, so that's very generic.
Well, I'm saying it now. I hope y'all are having a terrific day. Your week has been great. It's Freedom post Freedom Day. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all had a great Freedom Day yesterday. America Day. Because we're American, god damn it. All of us. I hope y'all having a good one. My camera's off because my son is back here hanging out. So I'm gonna have the camera off.
Whoa. You hanging what?
Hey
stop.
yo, what the fuck?
Stop.
I said my son is hanging out in the back.
What's wrong with you? What's
so
wrong
my cam is off.
All right, let's behave. His son's probably hearing this because you know this guy can't afford headphones. Come on. Come on, let's behave. Stop.
I don't know. If we get an Ironheart season 2, man, I might be a $1 million man.
Ironheart is like what Drunk 3PO experienced with what was it, the Acolyte or whatever?
Yeah.
Bro, he shot up from like 70K to 100K from just that one fucking season, bro. Insane. Insane.
Well, yeah, let's have a great time, man. Have a great time.
Hell yeah. All right, Mr. Puerto Rican Pistolero himself. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, where to find you.
Yeah, I'm Rolo. That's what everybody calls me, Puerto Rican Pistolero. I usually talk about politics and stream games, all that good stuff. Been doing it for a while. Not as active as I used to be, but
Rolo is not sponsored by Geeks and Gamers. But
I forgot to take that off. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
Kato will pay for the extra ad reel. Don't worry about it.
No problem. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Talk about guns, politics, and video games.
Fucking based.
Guns are great.
Playing Fortnite like crazy. I see.
That's pretty much what I do because the old man and my uncle play it too. So it's a good way to keep the family together. But now I'm in Puerto Rico, so I'm actually legit Puerto Rican Pistolero. I was in Miami for a long time.
Are you permanently there now?
Pretty much, yeah. I think I'm going to stick around here, but I've been here for pretty much since December.
That's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. Living the good life.
Hell yeah.
Well, unless you're on the side that gets hit by hurricanes. Are you on the good side or like? How does that work?
It was the side where Maria left the island, so it wasn't as bad. So
all right, so you're on the good side
at the time. Yeah.
I need to go back to the motherland at some point.
Gotta do it, man. There's a lot of people coming back. And it's great. I have a good time here all the time.
If I go, I will not bring Smash JT. Don't worry.
Good.
Don't worry.
There you go.
All right. Speaking of,
I swear the show's getting taken over by Puerto Ricans.
Is that a problem?
I hope everyone had a good
ran by Puerto. Are you serious?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
I hope everyone had a good 4th of July. I have all 10 fingers still, which is great. Had some fun with the fireworks last night and hanging out with the family. Had a great time. And man, like Hypno was saying, so much shit happened in the past like 2.5 days. Not even week. It was like 2.5 days of just nonstop, mostly centered around Microsoft. But Kotaku being sold, games being canceled, people being laid off. I mean, holy shit.
Neil Druckmann leaving The Last of Us. It's all like nonsense.
Yeah,
bro.
that's another one. That's
so much
on
shit.
top of everything else that we're not even talking about is slipping through the cracks. Like this is the stuff content creators dream about, have something to talk about. And of course, all this shit hits the fan during a holiday when you're trying to hang out with your family. I'm like, how am I supposed to cover all this shit? There's too much stuff.
You don't. You go hang out with your family, and you don't do that. You just go hang out with your family and watch fireworks, eat grilled food, and shoot guns. That's it.
Yep.
That's how you celebrate.
That's what I've been doing.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Well, keep doing
I'm
it.
looking forward to the show. I got a lot to talk about. So without further ado, let's get on with it.
Let's do it.
First off, Atreus.
Atreus, how you doing, man?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Ooh, that audio sounded
That's
crisp.
Ooh,
Wait,
that was
who are you?
Is that how you really sound?
My nigga done
so
leveled
good.
up. You see that?
Is that your real voice?
And he cleaned his
That
camera.
real voice is crazy. Wait a minute.
Hey, yo,
This
what the fuck?
AI filter. AI filter.
Chat, did you guys hear that? Wait, do it again. Damn, who was that?
Hey, bro, got that
Look at
podcast
the chat,
level,
bro.
now.
They said
If
if
this
Trey's
is
sound
his
is
voice-
deductive now. Look at that.
If this is his real voice, no wonder he's always busy on Saturday
Bro,
nights.
they about to stop calling you gay. It's crazy.
I'm so confused.
That's insane. God damn. All right, go ahead. Do your intro. I'm
sound
sorry.
great.
I was flabbergasted.
Damn, bro.
Bro's
You
doing
got
audio
hypno
books
bricked
over there.
up, dog.
God damn
Look
it.
at that. You just got hypno bricked up from that. That's wild.
That's insane.
I mean, it just explains
I
a lot.
mean, it explains what? I don't know. I haven't done anything different with my audio. It's the same audio all the time.
I don't know about that, man.
Nah, man. It sounds
Well, nonetheless, subscribe.
Hell yeah.
Is that it?
Say less, bro.
He's fucking nervous to talk now. Like, is that it?
Bro, that man said subscribe.
Can you do Barry Manilow?
He was waiting for us to respond and fucking troll again. It's like, nah, bro, keep talking.
subscribe.
Actually, I got something. If you want to talk, hold on. I got you. Go ahead. Do your intro.
I did my intro. I'm saying subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe to New Blackstreet. And subscribe to
bro.
Oh man is shy, man. Listen, subscribe to Atreus. All right. His
get
links
it
are in the
on.
description. They will still be in the description unless he starts acting up. That's something different. But his links are in the description because he's awesome and everybody likes him. Right? Right.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. He's
Internet
not
pat on
playing
the
video
back.
games. He's definitely not playing video games right now, for sure.
He wants to be.
He wants to be. You know he
Atreus,
will
why
be
don't you
because
tell
his
everyone
eyes will
what
be
you want to be
focused
playing right
consistently on one screen.
Say it one more time, Smash.
I
Damn,
said,
shit,
tell everyone
ignore
what
me.
you want to be playing right now.
Oh yeah, I really want to be playing Expedition 33, but
Chat.
unfortunately-
Atreus has finally joined the Expedition 33 train. Finally.
Even
The
I
man
beat
has
that
realized the legend. Oh, damn. I didn't go that far.
Damn.
See, that's hate speech at this point. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
no.
want to talk to you like that, bro.
So wait. I'm curious before we begin, because we got a super chat. I got to get to that $100 Red Boy that came for me. That's not for Smash.
No, wait,
Really
hold
quick.
up. Mr. Rouge, I'm streaming after
Don't worry
this.
about it. Don't worry about it. So, Atreus, out of curiosity, why is the game so good to you? How far into are you, by the way? How many hours?
Hours. I'm definitely over 30 hours in, but I don't think I'm like even halfway.
Oh, you're 30 hours in? Wow, I didn't realize that much.
Yeah, I'm 30, but I don't even think I'm halfway in the game. Like I just not too long ago. Monaco just lost his kid. That's where I'm at.
Okay. So why is it so good? Because like you said some pretty strong statements in the chat. So why?
Because
no spoilers.
Try to
no
avoid
spoilers. I like turn-based games, but this was just something else. Like the addition of the parrying system, the dodging system, the mixing and matching the weapons with the abilities and stuff like that. But the characters, you know what I'm saying? I think my favorite character so far has been it was
don't say my L, otherwise Twitter will cancel you. Don't even
no actually I don't even keep her in the party. I don't even keep her in
That's
the party.
my man is super safe-footed. That's she's
Damn.
OP as fuck.
The strongest
Damn.
character.
She's like
I know, but I really like
Oh,
what's her name? Sael?
CL, yeah.
I
Sael.
really like her. I
Yes,
refuse to remove her from the party. Monaco, I've liked using him. It's hard because you can only use 3, And then there's Veros, which he's okay, but I feel like the girls are anyway.
I run the full girl squad. I don't even lie, man. I run all 3 chicks. It's the best squad.
I just use Luna all by herself.
The dialogue is crazy. I really enjoyed the dialogue, especially when Monaco and Veros, not met up for the first time, but when they had when Monaco was like, "No, I'm not going with you," and they started going back and forth. I thought that was hilarious. But I think it's really emotional, and it's a mystery about it. Like, I haven't figured out the story. I don't know what the hell is going on. I really don't. I just know we're going towards the Painters. We got to stop the Painters. There's a lot of mystery going on. I don't know. It's just I can't really put it all into words until I finish the game because I can't put it down unless it's from Marvel Rivals.
I want to hear how he how he likes the ending.
This man said. This man has ruined the whole thing, bro. He said he will put down Expedition 33 from Marvel Rivals, bro. Chat, I'm sorry. We went through that 5-minute dialogue. I thought it was going to be something good.
I don't know. You see that Phoenix update?
This game was life changing and shit. And he's like, but Marvel Rivals is different.
Oh no, man. Have you seen Emma Frost?
Have you seen Lune and Sayel?
Oh yeah, I have.
Have you seen Jean
I know
Grey,
you used Lune just because she got no shoes on.
Dog.
No, I know his favorite character is Monaco because Monaco has to rip off the fucking monster's feet in order to get their abilities. I know his favorite.
I feel like
never
we need to
used
call
him,
Kate
ever.
Monaco from now on.
I've never used them. I only used them
never
for the
used them?
tutorial. That was it.
Yeah,
After
I'm thinking
that,
about
I
kicking him
never
out the
used them.
party too. I kind of like my OG team.
Well, you figure that out. Let me know how you think about the game when the game is over, because I'm curious, very curious. All right, let's do the super chats, man, and then we're gonna get to the content because we're gonna be probably doing the same topic. It's gonna spiral into 10 different topics.
Ironheart.
Thank you.
All right, boys. On that note, fucking bro, they get one topic that's strong for their channels, and suddenly it's Ironheart.
I'm
It's
milking that
bro.
bitch. I don't care. I'm gonna milk
Hey,
Ironheart.
you
Wait,
milking
whoa,
Ironheart, bro?
whoa.
We don't even know if she's really female, bro. You seen her?
This
You
comes
sure
from
about
the
that?
man that tells us to double down on the videos.
He's like, bro, you
Now
gotta
he's roasting the
upload it
board.
more.
I mean,
Bro,
I never said I wouldn't make fun of it.
I was in the editing dungeon, all right, man, for days.
You definitely in some kind of dungeon for sure. On that note, listen, let's get into the best segment on YouTube, the number one segment all around the world, and this segment is known as
Pre-com legends.
this motherfucker.
You ain't shit, bro.
money, print money, cash, money,
wealth,
capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash,
money, wealth,
capitalism, raise a bunch of money,
super chat
money.
As salty as the sea, calling us code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Yo, Will is a legend for that.
Great.
Best song on
That was
YouTube,
great.
man. I'm telling you, best song. We got Old Man Cad dropping a very interesting number, 5+1. So we got a 6 membership banger from Old Man Cad. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. We got Blue Octopussy for a 10. What is the difference between an enzyme and a hormone? You can hear an enzyme. Hem. Why fart and waste it if you can burp and taste it? That's crazy, bro.
Damn.
This is what we're going to be dealing with all night long. Shout out to Blue Octopus. We got Lucifer Morningwood dropping a 5 membership banger as always. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate it. We got Gamer Nerd Scale for 1 month. Says, nice. I'm a month old now. Hypno, how do you throw a party in space? You plan it. Man, god damn. Shout out to Gamer Nerd Scale. Thank you for the 1 month. We got Bennett Talby, 3 months. From Eric J to celebrate Used Farm Equipment Day last month. 12 Erics jumping on the bed. 1 fell off and bumped his head. 11 Erics jumping on the bed. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
I feel like you should swap Kata and Atreus. Kata doesn't have his camera on.
Oh yeah, my bad. My bad. Hold on. Let me get
Wow,
this.
you snitching, bro. That's crazy.
That's true. We got Cryptic, Manga, Interesting. For a 5, are we getting Cowboy Grodd or are we getting Auntie Grodd? Clearly, we're getting Cowboy. I mean, it's almost always Cowboy at this point. Almost always. We got a Dare Soto gifting 1 membership. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We got BioT Wolf 19 with a 5. Relationships should be like Nintendo 64 Classic. Fun to spend time with and every issue fixed by blowing and shoving it back in.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's face was great there. Old Man Cat for a 5. Why is it better to lose your health during summer and winter seasons so you don't have to worry about fall damage? Guys, we are not on fire today, man. What are we doing?
Bro, I took hit points on that one. That was cool.
What are we doing?
Damn.
What are we doing? Speaking of hit points, we got Sonya.
Damn,
God
Sonya.
damn, Sonya dropping this hard.
And the
That's
hit points are back.
insane, bro. We just got fully healed, chat. Fully healed. This is amazing. Sonya dropping a 20 membership banger. What can I give Sonya for this one? Let me see.
Shout out to
I know
Sonya.
she likes her fireworks. But since you are a Latina and you're very angry, this clip's for you.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right. Much love to Sonya. Thank you so much for the 20 membership banger. That's insane. You didn't have to do that. You did not have to do that. Gaming Wolf 87 gives 1 Hypnotic membership. Thank you, Gaming Wolf. I appreciate you. We got Nick Havoc for a 10. Why was the Velociraptor a motivational speaker? It always said seize the prey. Why did the Velociraptor fail at stand-up comedy? Its jokes were too sharp for the crowd. Jur, ass, ick, check for games. This is rough. This is rough, guys. This is rough. I will definitely check gifted games after this. I'm just going through the super. Speaking of Mr. Rouge, for a
Oh man, Hypno, you owe me 100. He says it's for me.
Nah, he doesn't. You know, you
He
gotta
literally he even wrote. He said
he's admitted that he's blind, so chances are that was a typo. And if it wasn't, he forgot to put the ending part.
He meant to say that's for Kato, so don't worry about it.
But you gotta get that. Now you got to get that Gluck Gluck shirt. So good luck.
Exactly. Shout out to Mr. Rouge for the $100 red boy. Let's see the Mr. Rouge emojis in the chat right now, boys, and we're gonna give him his favorite clip. Shout out to Mr. Rouge, man. $100 red boy. What a legend, man. What a legend. This fucking account needs to cease existence, bro. I saw this on Hypnocast and I fucking lost it, bro. This account is called Perfect Dad. 4-2. I'm not pregnant. I faked it all.
Oh, fucking damn.
You fuckers need to repent!
That's so good.
This account is crazy, bro.
I got tears in my eyes, bro. Holy shit, that is great.
That is legit modern day art right there. That's amazing.
Well, at this point, I have a serious question. What is Bella Ramsey's face not on at this point? Because I'm pretty sure if you search the depths of the internet, her face is on some really fucked up shit. So, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Can we,
Bella Ramsey.
can we find another like target here, or is it just that good? Like, is Potato Head that good?
Yeah.
Extra Hall for 3 months. Sorry from Montreal. It's all right, man. Don't worry about it.
You're gonna need more than a sorry for that.
We forgive you. We forgive you for the 2,000 fucking consultancies up there. They only have 2 people working there, and they're totally legit and not just taking government money. Debu for a 5. What's the best kind of booze if you want to dance all night long? Wild Twerky. Whew. Thank God for Perfect Dad, man. We got the Gaming Mason for a 5. Damn, it's hard to take a foot freak and a gay Kirby Puckett seriously. LOL.
That's crazy.
That is crazy
God
indeed.
damn.
BioT Wolf, what a 5. Why is Thor's brother greatest sneaking around? He is very low key. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Man,
That's insane,
wow.
bro.
Starting to get rough.
And then we got Justin starting to get rough. What are you talking about? It's been rough the whole
It
time.
was rough for a while.
Perfect Dad was the best part. Justin for 5 months. I saw a crash truck Friday. It was a Ram 1500 wrapped around a stoplight. It should have been less Ram and more Dodge. All right, we're done. We're done.
Now you got to time him out for that.
We're done, bro.
Oh my
That
god.
was the last one on YouTube.
That
Thank
was a
God.
good
'Cause
one.
I don't know what you guys are on today. Holy
That's
shit.
good. I guess it's winning the shout
Yo,
out.
Rumble, are you guys good? Rumble, is Rumble awake? Let's go check Rumble. Gray the Merchant for $1, who's going to use every single letter. He says, "Good afternoon from Vegas. Good to everyone, especially Wiz. Oh, it's okay. I call you Wiz. Either way, this weekend is jam-packed. We Gooden. We are live from the internet. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Is it okay for me to call you Wiz? Wiz? No?
I don't know. It seems a little derogatory, but
I wouldn't take it if I were you getting called Wiz because that's the woke remake of the Wizard of Oz, and nobody likes that shit.
Well, it's either
This
that
is
or
awesome. Wait a minute.
I knew
Wiz
that
is
was going to get
awesome.
creative, man. I knew it.
Let's not speak blasphemy here.
No, the Wiz was good. The Wiz was good. Yeah. I just wanted to see what Kato would say. I thought Atreus might say something, but I think he's not fully black, so. Gray the Merchant for another $1. Good to see all. Fuck my keyboard. Love to see my favorite peeps, Sheep and Cassie, stay awesome. Bro, you only saying hi to Sheep. Cassie not even here, and you're like, anyway. Appreciate you. Smash camera, new angle like Bubbles. Kata, hosted by Hypno Brand. Hypno, enjoy your awesome workcation. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a workcation. That's for sure. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Snooty Mims for a 20 says, "Hail Hypnotic and the Hypnocast. All talented streamers. We here at Rumble are like that show Cheers, where everybody knows your name. Hail Rumble chat. Great people here." Shout out to Snooty Mims, man. Thank you for that. And then we got Anime Mania gifting 1 Hypnotic membership over on Rumble. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And then we got one last one on YouTube, and we're all caught up. Old Man Cat for a 5. What did the Gamer Reporter say about the new Minecraft updates? They're groundbreaking. You know, we were almost there. We YouTube was done, and then
man,
Old Man Cat just had to throw that in there at the last second. It's all right, Old Man Cat. YouTube chat.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, we need some help. All right, guys, listen. No, seriously, thank you everybody for the pre-stream legend support. You guys are insane. In all the best ways. Let's get into the content, boys. We got and keep reminder for all the people in the chat. I will be working next week, but I also will be on the road next week. So I will do my best. You guys know travel internet's not the best, but I did spend like 7 hours today setting up my mobile rig. It's all ready to go. And we should be able to do everything. Griffcast and Hypnocast, everything. And I'll be back before SNH next week, so you don't got to worry about that. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So this is the last stream before I go on the road. Let's talk about what happened, man. Oh, Gifted Games. Shit, I almost forgot. Damn, chat's yelling at me. Sorry, chat. I apologize. We got Nick Havoc. Nick Havoc says, "For when you want to be Dino King, why did the dinosaur go to therapy? It had too many." I can't even say that word. Cretaceous emotional issues. How do you say that word? Cretaceous emotional issues. He gifted Ark Survival Ascended. That's all I know. Shout out to Nick Havoc, the fucking legend. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for that. That is one game that I never had the chance to get into when it was in its prime. Is it still in its prime? Is it still doing good?
No.
Ark?
I don't think so these days.
I don't think so.
I
remember when people were playing that shit like crazy.
The game is definitely iconic, but I mean, nobody's really playing it because this shit's so fucking annoying now.
Is it really?
It's like it's so fucking intricate. Like you gotta. It's like basically life management the game, but in survival mode.
Oh, makes sense. Raging D had snuck one in for $1 over on Rumble. He says all the blacks showed up for work today. You see it, Reyes? You see? I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up.
Go ahead and put him in the shadow round real quick for 5 minutes.
Smash JT is tickled. Look at that. He's trying to hold it in. This is the fucking laugh.
That was funny.
He's like, I can't let them see me laugh, and they're gonna call me racist.
Right.
All right, let's get into it, boys. Let's talk about one of the bigger stories for the week, and probably everybody's favorite story. One of the favorites, maybe. Kotaku. You know, our favorite. Smash AT's definitely favorite website of all time. Kotaku just recently got sold again. Keep in mind, this is not the first time. I believe this is the second time, if I'm not mistaken, or third even.
I think second, but potentially third. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah. So, because Geo Media, I know for a fact, bought them. I just don't remember who they bought them from. But Kotaku just got sold in one of the last sales that Geo Media is having, because Geo Media is going to be effectively closing down once they figure out what they're going to do with their last website, which is the, as they put it, Black culture website known as The Root. Does Atreus, do you visit The Root?
The only time I visited The Root is when they wrote that infamous article when they said black men are the white people of black culture.
Black.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
What article is that?
It was basically an article talking about how black men are bigoted and homophobic and misogynistic, and we're basically the white men. Or it wasn't the white people, it was the white men. No, it was the white people. So yeah, it was basically accusing us of being too conservative.
So wait. The website that is meant for black culture is attacking black men. This got to be ran by black females.
Straight black men are the white people.
No, it was a black man that wrote it.
I know.
Gay? Probably gay.
If he wasn't gay, he was exceptionally effeminate.
If he was gay, he wasn't like overtly showing. Like he wasn't like a flaming hot Cheeto.
He's closeted.
Huh?
He's deeply closeted.
Probably. I mean, if he is gay, but it was more like oh, you know,
I found it.
Oh yeah, okay, so you see it.
Holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah, that was classic, man.
This is crazy. How have I never seen this? Hold on, let me take this. Sorry, StreamYard
That
is
shit
lagging.
flew right under the radar for a lot of people.
Straight black men are the white people of black.
Yeah.
This is a crazy.
Yeah,
Stop
that's correct.
Stupid video. Straight. Why
What
does
is
this keep
going on
popping
with
up?
this ad?
Real? This
No,
is a real article.
Secure the bag.
Straight black
Oh my
men are the
God.
white people of black people.
What the
He
fuck
had to
does
be
that
gay.
even mean?
Damon Young has to be gay, bro. There's no way that he's not. Of course, there's no picture. Damon Young is a founder, author of What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Blacker.
Yeah.
Which won the 2020 Thurber Prize for American Humor. Yeah, because everybody laughed at the fucking
Oh
book.
my god, I'm about to die.
But what is this, man?
This
Garbage.
guy's got his
thing-
own Wikipedia.
The last thing he posted was in August of 2021. That was the last thing. So he clearly don't work here no more.
He has a website, co-founder of a website called Very Smart Brothers AS.
So his
I
whole
can't-
personality is being black.
Yep.
I
Confirmed
can't-
he is gay.
I think I don't know, Kate, if you remember this tweet that I put out about Ryan Coogler, where I said, I can't overstate this enough. I hate soft niggas. Like,
Yeah, me too.
this shit pisses me off. That's exactly
can't
what this
stand
dude
it.
is.
But I mean,
He's
this
also-
is what it means to actually be self-hating, though, to a degree, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
He's also a columnist for GQ, New York
Of
Times,
course.
and the Washington Post.
Oh,
Ah,
got the
okay.
trifecta.
Found the Washington Post.
you know what's
Esteemed
crazy?
company.
There isn't a single. I'm trying to think back, but there isn't a single crazy journalist that I have seen in the years doing this that doesn't have some sort of tie to New York. Like there isn't one of them. Like almost all of them are tied to New York at some way, shape, or form, which is crazy. Well, especially Kotaku, which we're gonna get into. They're pretty much all based in New York. In any case, Wizard, what are you sharing? What is this?
Oh, I found his Washington Post article. I
Give me
just
a
want to
second.
show the headline because the headline's kind of funny.
What's this?
Ask Damon. My boyfriend died. Then I found out he had another partner.
So he is gay.
Well, no. I think he's repeating something that somebody said.
yeah, it was like an advice column or something. Isn't
I
it?
guarantee this fucking guy's gay. I'll put money on it.
Well, he's married.
I
with
would
a
also
kid.
put money on it.
According to personal life on Wikipedia, Young is married and has a daughter and son.
So you've never seen gay men with wives?
No.
John
I
with
think
a
that
woman
this is
too.
a Brokeback Mountain situation potentially here going on.
Probably, most likely. But in
our
any
humble
case,
opinions.
this is insane. I never knew about this, and this is actually hilarious. I'm going to read this later. So let's get into the story about Kotaku. So hold on, let me remove this from the screen. Oops, did I kick someone? No, all good. No, we're good. Sorry, fucking StreamYards is lagging. It's making it hard to determine what's happening. So Kotaku was sold by Geo Media, and Geo Media has only one website left, which is the one that we just talked about, which is The Root. And I'm sure they're gonna find someone to buy it at some point. And Kotaku was sold in an all-cash deal, which immediately makes you know that this shit was sold for cheap. This is a poured out
more
website.
than anyone on the planet curious as to what that number was, because if it was low enough, I think it would have been hysterical if Gabers got together, put a GoFundMe or Give Send Go together and purchased Kotaku.
So think about it this way. There is one deciding factor that would determine, in my opinion anyway, just based off what I know Kotaku brings in and what its potential worth is. I think that this was a sub 1 million deal, which I know some people think might be crazy, but it's really not. I think this was a sub $1 million deal. The only way I could see it going over $1 million, and it's because I don't know whether or not this happened or not, is whether or not Kotaku owned the retail space that they operated in out of New York, which could be expensive, number one. Or maybe had a lease of some kind for XYZ amount of years because they had offices there, right? And the reason why I bring this up is because Kellops, the company that bought Kotaku, at the same time as the acquisition, just supposedly opened up an office in New York. So my thing is, could they have transferred, office or whatever, wherever Kotaku was stationed at? Could they have transferred that to Kellops? I'm not sure, but depending on that,
I just asked ChatGPT to give me an estimate based off of the information, and take this with a grain of salt. But it says, given the lack of public pricing, Kotaku likely sold in the ballpark of 100 to 250 million, with 150 million being a reasonable midpoint. If Kellops sees strong strategic value, especially as part of the growing U.S. media expansion, the valuation could have leaned toward the upper end of that spectrum, which is
no fucking way sold for $100 million. There's just no way.
No, it's saying most likely 150 or more.
So if I was to jump in and throw a point to that, so do they have a user base that they're emailing to? Because that could be worth millions, not hundreds of millions, but depending on how big their email list is, like that's genuinely worth a fortune in today's like modern marketing economy. So
they
that
don't
like
get any
user
interaction
data,
on shit though.
but if it's all interaction doesn't mean anything. I'm saying if they have contact information, phone numbers, addresses, if they have an email list or a database. No, but seriously, yes, like working in the marketing world, that is a fortune. So
hold on,
but that's the only asset that they have.
No, hold on. There's something I'm totally forgetting. So I take back what I said. With Kotaku, everything Kotaku has is purchased with Kotaku, and that is including their social media profiles that have an insane amount of subscribers but no traffic. But however, the simple fact is that having that many subscribers, having that many followers, that's worth a lot to some of these companies, especially the companies that are really stupid and think that subs matter over views and whatnot. So their YouTube channel, I'm sure it was worth a little bit. And
no, their YouTube channel was terrible.
In what, views or subs?
Both.
What's the subs at for Kotaku?
I think it had like
less than
150,000 or something.
I feel like they had more than that.
That's funny.
Yeah, but have you seen what some accounts go for when you try to sell an account for hundreds of thousands of subs?
Should I sell Smash JT for $100 million if I got 100,000 subs?
Absolutely.
You could probably make some decent money.
Yeah, Kotaku's got 358,000 subs.
I think somebody would pay 50 million just to get you to shut up, Smash. I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Not an insult on you. Just they hate you just that much.
Right.
You have to clarify. It was better when he didn't clarify. You ruined it. Well, I mean, their Twitter account's got to be worth a good amount. 2.5 million followers.
Their YouTube channel has 358,000 subscribers, and their videos They have not posted for 9 months. The latest post
Because they
was
fired their
Alyssa-
person who was doing it.
Right, Alyssa Mercante was the last person to post a video. It was interviewing Kevin Smith, and that was
Oh, boy.
9
I
months
thought you was about
ago.
to say Kevin
and it
Samuels.
currently has 2,000 views on it.
Wonder why you died.
2,300 views.
So what's a worse ratio? A YouTube channel with almost 400,000 subscribers getting 2,000 views, or a Twitter profile with supposedly 2.5 million legit followers and getting 13 likes?
The latter, of course.
The both
Twitter
pretty
one
bad,
is
yeah.
crazy.
Right. So this is a company that specializes in faking it till you make it. Unfortunately, they never made it. But, still the point is.
Hey, by the way, it sounds like they did. If the sale was for 100 to 150 million or more.
There's no fucking way. Especially 100. Nobody's got liquid cash like that, bro.
Dude,
Except for Elon Musk.
True. But did you hear Keliops or whatever, the company that bought him, has a lot of investors, and they were very eager to jump in to buy them to try to push forward a message in using the U.S. market. And I gotta think that they don't actually understand the user base of the industry at all.
Maybe, but again, these people have more money than social brains. I gotta imagine.
Mhm.
I mean, just look.
Well,
at
that's
this,
the problem with investors coming into the gaming world, where they don't game. They don't actually know what people like or care about. They just see what sells, and they're like, "Oh, I'll throw money at that." And that's how we end up with shit projects that go nowhere.
2.5 million followers, bro.
That's wild.
13 likes.
13 likes. 15 likes.
Oh,
The simple
my God.
truth. Here's the simple truth, okay? Because
11 hours ago.
I've seen some Kotaku posts go viral, and guess which one of those? Guess which ones of those?
The gay pride drama.
Talking about people.
Yeah, no, not talking about people. Yeah, shit talking. Exactly. Like anything that is actually classified as rage bait is the only ones that go even remotely decent for Kotaku. Other than that, they don't give a shit about this. Nobody cares about fucking Kotaku, bro. It's very clear in the numbers. Look, 12 likes, bro. How many posts we got to go before we get somewhere?
Christ.
17 likes, 12 likes. Look,
Go until you
26
find one
likes,
with 100.
22. I'm trying, bro. 30. I'm going to be here a while. 17, 13,
Bro, you combine all
14,
those numbers,
33,
that don't even amount to like my last fucking post.
34,
Holy shit.
27, 43, 14, 15, 18,
Oh my God.
19, 85. Okay, this one. What's this one? Battlefield 6 reportedly has a massive budget. Okay, that's a little bit of a crazy headline. 400 million. But still, only 23,000 views, 85, right? 13, 17, 8, 10.
Like it's so
21.
bad. It's so bad that you got to wonder: are they being throttled by X? Because there's no
Fuck
way.
no.
No,
way.
not with those
That's
views.
so
Look at the views.
bad.
The truth
That's
is
so bad.
they got these
They
numbers
paid for their
beforehand.
followers.
They did.
Yep.
This is the same thing we see with the people that orbit these same companies, right? The people, the fucking shills out there, the Booty Adams of the world, bro. They all do it. Every single
And
one
you
of them
can
do it.
tell because the only one that actually has authentic followers, despite the fact that they're degenerate and morons, is Alyssa Mercante. She actually gets more engagement than a lot
Yeah,
of.
but every post she does about Rage Bait is the one that does good. Every post
Yeah,
that she
right.
doesn't
Her
do about
entire,
Rage
but
Bait.
that's what I'm saying. It's organic.
Yeah.
Her entire
calling
account,
other people out for that, by the way.
her entire account is rage bait, so that's why she gets traffic.
Bro, 6 likes, bro. 6.
That's
6
crazy,
likes.
dude.
That's funny.
This
bad.
shit is- like, and again, you could the same thing I'm looking at here is the same thing that's on like Booty Adams' Twitter account. He's got what 27,000 followers
And-
supposedly.
And you can't see who likes it. So for all we know, it could be Kotaku liking it and their own
For sure.
editors liking it.
For sure. Look, this one about Abu Bakar Salim's new game coming up. 19 likes, bro. Like I'm struggling to find something that is doing decently well. Oh, here we go. 95 likes. What's this? Squid Game? Yeah, whatever.
Still not 100, by the way.
Yeah, whatever.
What's this one?
Oh, Squid
34.
Game. Okay.
Oh, okay. Look, Megan 2 flops at the box. Oh, we using terms like this now? I thought only Chubb.
I didn't even know that.
Yo,
fucking
wait a
movie
second.
came
Wow,
out.
the
Wait a
box
minute.
office?
Flop, though?
Wait.
Jason Blum confirmed himself. He said that it flopped. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, but we're using terms like that now. I thought that was only what rage baiting chuds used.
Right.
Yep.
Because they complain all the time on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, the rage baiters."
Oh,
they
that
use
shit
the
came
same-
out. They actually released
Bro,
that.
I didn't
bullshit?
even know that shit.
I never
Yeah.
released right.
Oh,
Yep.
by the way, this child robot, she's an LGBTQ icon. I don't know if you saw that video I
Apparently.
made, but
Yikes.
apparently
That is
they
gross.
they see themselves. Damn, the word I was about to say was really fucked up. They see themselves in a 13-year-old
Oh,
robot.
my
That sounds
Lord.
really bad. Really
Go
bad.
for it,
Pause.
Hypno.
Anyway.
Go for it.
Anyway, I had to commit. This shit is a struggle bus, bro. 9 likes, bro. 12. I can't find anything. So they've been clearly lacking, and the simple truth is that Kotaku only has, I believe, 2 journalists left, maybe 3. I think it's 2 journalists and an editor in chief. I think, right? So you got Carolyn Petit, who he is the editor in chief, right? And then you got Ethan Gack.
That dude still got a job.
Yep, he survived. I wonder why. And you got Ethan Gack, and you got who's the other one that's at Kotaku? There's really not that many left. So in terms of personnel transfer, there's not much of that either. So this is why I don't think this company's sold for very much.
They got
especially
Austin
since it's all
Williams
cash.
is the editor in chief, Carolyn Petit, managing editor, senior reporter Ethan Gotch, associate editor of Tips and Guides Claire Jackson, staff writer, the one you were probably thinking of. There's 2 of them, Kenneth Shepard and Zach Zwiesen, and freelance editor John Walker. And I will tell you guys, my experience of covering these people for the past year, especially, they are. I don't know how they have a job bad at what they do.
Yeah,
like,
really
how
bad.
are these people employed? Still,
Are they all
mind-boggling to me?
They're not all journalists, though.
No, they are.
Are they?
They are quote unquote the Kenneth Shepard, Zach Zwiesen,
Did you see what
and
Melissa
John
McCarthy
Walker
had
are
to say
all
about
people
all
that write articles at Kotaku.
Hey,
how they're so excited because now it's being sold up to a company they want to press them
Yeah.
and make them want to talk about video games versus the activism they want to do. Yeah.
So there's a good chance because so Smash ran it through ChatGPT. I just ran it through Grok, and Grok is saying on the highest end is 15 million.
That's
for
more
Kotaku.
believable.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
On
more
the
believable.
highest end, it says that it's more realistic that it's sold anywhere between $5 to $8 million. But on the highest end is 15.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, 2 million is the number.
They're even with all of these views. The only thing that Kotaku would be worth is not its employees, right? Not its traffic, not its social media presence. It's personal data of people that have registered for this company over the last 20 years. That's the only value that this company has right now. Like their access means nothing. Crazy. So like, oh, well, we have access to, but it's nothing. It means nothing because it's not attracting new views.
Can I say
I found
something?
one. I found one finally. New Xbox 360 update adds 20 years later, 369 likes. Finally.
Can I say something? So after Real Life Wizard said that, I wrote back to ChatGPT. I said, Grok is saying 15 million. And ChatGPT wrote back, if Grok is estimating Kotaku is worth 15 million, that actually tracks with the realistic market value of a declining digital media outlet in 2025. Here's what you
How you get roasted by ChatGPT? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Damn.
ChatGPT is like, on second thought, my superior Grok.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna trust Grok on this
Like
one.
real shit.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely single digit millions. Obviously 1 million is probably too low. I don't like this company. Realistically, though, 2 to 5 million is probably where it's at, especially since it's an all cash deal. I mean, most of these companies have that amount available for them to utilize. And like you guys said, they just bought up their information, bought up their data, basically, and then they do with that as they want. They're probably going to take that data and spread it out throughout all their websites that they own and see what they could do with it, see what targets they could hit. Because this Kalops owns Gizmodo now. Well, they also bought from Geo Media, by the way. So according to them, they're doing 400% better than what it was when Geo Media owned it. But that could mean anything. 400% of 5 is, you know what I mean? Like it's all corporate speak.
The optimist in me looks at the situation as buying a stock low and hoping to sell high with Kotaku. But the problem is what they're saying doesn't line up with that. They're like, we're going to keep all the people there. We're going to keep, I'm like, if you want to fix the problem, you buy it, fire everyone and start over fresh. You don't keep the sinking ship and add more water to it. That's not how you bail it out.
Yeah.
Well,
The problem is you would be better off
right?
funding something fresh. Like buying Kotaku, it has such a bad reputation right now. For like all gamers, it's got a bad reputation. I have 100 Snapple facts of terrible things Kotaku has done. Like,
Bro, these
for
Snapple
real.
facts are gonna be a new thing. I'm telling you, man.
I'm here for it, man. They're really funny. But like, you would be better off funding a new project entirely. Take that 15 million and start something new with a new brand, and that would be better off.
Well, supposedly, the person in charge over at that new company said that they're going to be speaking with the people who work at Kotaku, mainly the editor-in-chief first, and then kind of working their way down, to my knowledge. So they may not keep them, but I mean, let's be real. Chances are they're going to. What they're going to do is let them continue running the ship, bring in their own people, let the people get acclimated, and then slowly but surely, one by one, they'll get rid of the old people, except for the trans guy, because, optics.
I don't know. I think they might even get rid of the trans dude.
Last, maybe, but not first.
One can hope.
It's 2025. They might get rid of him first.
But maybe. But even if he does, like, what are they gonna do? Because at the end of the day, Kotaku's.
You know what they would do? I'm glad you asked.
Oh, boy.
Because I just asked ChatGPT, how would you turn it around? You know what it said?
Oh my god. Go ahead.
You know what it said?
Go ahead.
And just wait to see if this happens. I'd be very fascinated.
You're not beating these AI allegations, Smash. I'm just saying, man.
I'm not trying to right now.
Fair enough.
Option A would be to rebrand, and that would be a soft rebrand, and change the name to something like Checkpoint, Critical Hit, or even K Reloaded, or something like that.
That would defeat the entire purpose of buying them.
Yeah.
Unless they needed the data from it.
Unless they
User
need the data from it.
Yep.
So
you're thinking just buy it for the data and then rebrand the website and hope for the best?
I think that's what they're going to do.
But wouldn't that be kind of like admitting defeat in a way? Like, in the sense of, I mean, I know they don't have any investment because they just bought the company, in terms of like the culture aspect of Kotaku. And to be fair, the other websites that they bought from Geo or other places didn't have the same baggage that Kotaku has. Like, Kotaku's notoriously hated. Right? I don't remember everybody notoriously hating Gizmodo. I'm sure there was some journalists that annoyed people every once in a blue moon with an article that was clearly bullshit. But Kotaku is notoriously hated all across the board from a lot of different people, not even just what you would call right-wingers or anybody. Yeah. I mean, I've talked to some people behind the scenes, and they will remain nameless, but they talk a lot of shit about Kotaku and what they do. So, it's one of those things like, sure, you can rebrand, but I feel like if you rebrand, then everybody's going to take that as, well, you're just admitting that you couldn't rock with the name because the name is just, it's complete shit at this point, which is what everybody says. And they've been in denial the whole time. Like a certain journalist out there that claims that this is a great thing. Like, this is fantastic. Oh, it's so amazing. Because now, I'm sorry, ex-journalist. I apologize. Now they could get to do what they want to do, and they're not going to be held back by the evil white man that was in charge over at Geo Media. It's like, what exactly do you think they're going to do? You think this company's just going to let them run amok? Probably. Let's be fair, because it is UK based. They're hardcore activists over there. You never know. But it's like, at this point, Kotaku is a joke because all they do is escape bankruptcy, escape closure by getting constantly bought out by companies. They want to subsidize them for as long as possible and use them to push their messaging while they can. And then when they're worth nothing anymore, they get sold off again. And like you guys said, the only reason why they're even getting bought is because of their data. If Kotaku was a 5-year-old company that was hated this much, chances are they'd be closed by now. They probably wouldn't be bought out. And if they were bought out, it'd be next to nothing. This legacy of Kotaku and the amount of data they have over the decades, that's the only thing that's really keeping them around. That's why they keep getting sold off instead of getting closed off. Because that is worth something in today's world.
Kotaku is the right company that's getting Kotaku is the company that's sucking all the right dicks. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I would say so. Or they're just the they're like they're that little bit of cancer that doesn't go away with chemotherapy, and every time
oh, it's benign.
Every time you think that you got it, it comes back, and right before it kills you, they put you back, in chemo again and hope for the best.
They're the black people of the gaming journalist world.
So I actually have some data here. So ComScore. So there's this website called ComScore, which provides statistical data. So they're saying that Kotaku has around 3 million users. That's of all time. So that's 3 million users. Now, typically, those marketing lists that I was talking about, they sell for $1 per user. So you're looking at minimum $3 million. That's the ballpark of what Kotaku sold.
Wait, hold on. Wizard, hold on. So
yes,
they have 3 million users in their lifetime?
Lifetime. That's yes. Kotaku is estimated by ComScore, not us, chat, not the panel here, an actual massive company that does this, 3 million users lifetime on their website.
They've been around how long exactly?
2004?
I was going to say 20 plus years.
Yeah.
3 million. Oh, what? No way.
Yeah, founded in 2004, Kotaku reaches 3 million users in the US per ComScore.
Oh, in the US, but they might have more outside the US.
Max K is saying wrong. $1 CPM. That's per 1,000 users.
Well, I'm just going by what Variety has here. So I'm still looking at it in real time.
But I mean, if
3
that's
million.
true, if it's $1 per 1,000 users, that's even worse. By a
That's
large
even
margin.
worse.
By a large, then I would be accurate in my numbers initially.
So, I mean, we're literally pulling it up in real time.
So
I'd imagine it was going to be less than what they would like, because it sounds to me like Geo Media was looking to offload this to anyone that would buy it.
Well, that's true, because they've been shopping this since last year. Because I remember doing videos about rumors about a potential sale, even before Gamergate 2 happened.
Yep.
So this has been talked about for a while. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe there was a article or story or something along those lines last year where they said that they tried to offer up bids to multiple companies and basically all got rejected. I almost remember that story.
I vaguely remember something like that.
So it's clear. Listen, regardless of whatever it is, Kotaku sold for, you can argue pennies compared to what other websites sell for. And at this point, Kotaku is only worth its history, which, even though the history that, I guess it's in the culture aspect is not that pretty, but from a data aspect, it's pretty enough to spend some money on, and that's $1 million, $2 million, $3 million is chump change for some of these companies, man. So $3 million for 20 years of data, you think they care?
There's been a dynamic shift in the valuation of websites in general since the rise of YouTube. Like it just and X as well. Because it's like nobody, I mean, yes, people still do go to IGN, people still go to Games Radar, whatever, the gamer.com. People still go to these websites, but not like it used to be. Now it's just people want their information, they have the people they watch, and they go to either X to who they follow, or they go to Twitch or YouTube or Rumble or Kick, and they just listen to the people that bring the information and almost filter it to them more directly than a website could ever do. And
I think you just lose them. I think you lose the middleman now. And that's what a lot of these journalistic companies were. They were the middleman. They were the filter for the industry. And now when it goes both directions, for the industry, it's better because now they can just post on their social media and craft whatever message they want. It won't even have to get filtered. Even though these guys were their cronies in a lot of cases, they're like, we don't even need to worry about these guys anymore. We can dump whatever message that we want directly to the consumer. They can take it or leave it. And then we as the consumer, we're a lot more discerning. And it's a lot easier to gauge somebody's taste, right? So you watch somebody's videos a few times and you're like, this person likes the same type of games that I do for the same reasons that I do. It's pretty obvious about it. I can see them talking about it. Whereas through an article, you don't build that rapport that you do, and reviews are just not as thorough the way they used to be. So I think that market is dying, and I think the people that used to read articles, they don't read them anymore, and the generations that are coming through now, that's a foreign concept to them to begin with. So I just don't see any even growth potential in that market, even for websites that may still have a decent reputation. You have to change the model.
To that point, I would argue it's just to piggyback off that and add on to it, because you're absolutely right. It's only getting worse because with AI entering the picture, as many of us have seen with some of these potential fake journalists with just AI articles, it's getting even harder for the average person to give a shit about what's even being posted. So even more so, it's driving them to watch people that will filter the information that they actually care about to them.
Yep. And once we start talking about the Microsoft stuff and some of the crazy stuff with even executives recommending just go to AI to write your resume and all this stuff, and it'll make you feel better.
I just did that recently, man.
This is just permeating everything, man. It's all over.
Leave it to a nigga to find a shortcut. You
Oh man.
So this was obvious. You know, we've been saying this for a long time that this was going to happen. I really thought at this point this would be it. You know, but then again, there was a couple factors I guess I didn't consider, especially with their data. So it's not surprising they got sold off again. But this company,
so I could tie that up real quick just to play on what Max K was saying. So I just pulled this up. So if I was to buy regular, and this is kind of where I work, regular consumer email lists, then what Max was saying in the chat is right. You're looking at $100 to $400 per 1,000 users, but that's not segmented. So here, if Kotaku had some good sales cred, you're looking at a highly targeted list. They could have been charging anywhere from $1 to $5 per contact if they were selling this right, which puts them at $3 to $15 million.
Makes sense
for the value of their US list.
But unfortunately for that company, I don't think it's worth that much though.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, I still think that's crazy. Imagine the amount of valuation that was lost over the past 10 years on Kotaku, what it used to be valued at and what it's valued at now. Like it probably used to be valued at 150 to 250, and now they sold it for $3.
Fucking A,
or
bro.
less.
What did Geo Media buy Kotaku for?
Oh, I don't even know. Let me check.
Did Geo Media buy Kotaku for? Let's see. Is that even public information? Probably.
I don't know. I was just gonna ask.
Undisclosed amount. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay.
Of course.
Okay. Of
Why
course.
this stuff should be public. It's so annoying how it's all private.
It's private acquisitions, so they don't have to tell us, but they should.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
How does that work with taxes though? Can you check their tax returns to figure it out?
They would have to report it through their taxes, but they may be able to. They may be able to hide that in the same way that Disney hides their acquisitions. Like,
I mean, it's a cash deal, right? So,
right. There are ways to hide it, but they have to report it.
They got really good accountants. Let's just say that their accountants are probably paid almost as much as the fucking lawyers half the time. They're that good. The amount of books, fuck around nonsense they got to do. All right. Well, that's basically it for Kotaku. Any last words before we move on to the crazier story, which is all the Xbox nonsense? And
good riddance. Get out of
My
here.
only additional comment is I can't believe there are crazier stories than this. And there are.
Yeah.
Which is
And
what's crazy
ironically,
about
the
this.
perfect dark story was started by a Kotaku journalist. So make that make sense.
Crazy.
You know, Ethan Gag dropped that nonsense. Let's catch up on Supers, and then we're gonna get to Xbox. Which, by the way, I got this really interesting hate comment, bro. These people are going crazy. Xbox people are going crazy. They flat out. I would say that I get more hate comments from Xbox fanboys than I do Sony, which is interesting because I do make videos from both all the time. I make videos on Xbox probably more now because more is happening. But when Sony does stupid shit, I talk about it. This person went so crazy. I'll see if I could bring up the comment. It's not that long ago. He was like, so this is like the third or fourth Xbox video you made. I haven't seen you make a single video about Helldivers coming to Xbox. Where's that, huh? Where's that? Show me that video. And I'm like, bro, you serious right now? Relax, first off. And number two, I talked about that in my stream. Do you want the timestamp? I could give you the timestamp. No response, of course. So
the thing that pisses me off in situations about that is that motherfuckers don't understand that just because you cover news doesn't mean that you cover everything. It just means that you know, you talk about what you care about. That's it.
It's not even that. It's not even talking about what I care about. It's talking about what is going to actually make a video versus what's not. Because not every topic is going to make a video. Because I feel like everything's important for people to know, but that's why I put some in the streams, some of the videos. I'm not going to talk about in a dedicated video Helldivers coming to Xbox when that is literally the story. Oh, by the way, guys, Helldivers is coming to Xbox. I think that's pretty funny. Sony boys are not very happy about that. And that's it. How am I
What
going to make a
more can
10,
you even
12
add to
minute?
that?
How am I going to
That's
make a 10
like-
to 12 minute video about that? That's 3 minutes at the most, roasting people and laughing at it and then moving on. So there's got to be some meat to the bone for it to actually be made into a video.
Hey, real quick, Hypno, before you move on to the supers, timeline of ownership for Kotaku, August 2016, Univision Communications acquired the entire Gawker Media portfolio, including Kotaku, Gizmodo, Deadspin, Jalopnik, Jezebel, Lifehacker, and Sploid for $135 million at an auction. And then in 2019, private equity firm Great Hill Partners purchased the group and The Onion. Newly formed company was branded Geo Media. The exact breakdown wasn't disclosed. Reports suggested the total sale was less than $50 million for the entire package. So it went from 135 in 2016, 3 years later, to 50 million with The Onion now involved in addition to it. So it lost a total of $85 million in 3 years with an additional property added into it. And now we fast forward to 2025 and we're like, maybe it's at 3 million.
Holy shit, man.
The fast drop.
The amount of like subsidiaries that all these companies have, it's just company within a company within a company, and God, the money's constantly being moved around. It's that's why I say, man, the fucking accountants are the ones they are the ones that truly make these companies go half the time.
There's a whole like case study inside of that. Seriously,
is there?
Oh, absolutely. Because they're like, if you really look into it, it's like 5 or 6 major companies that own all of the news. But like, we can't talk about that. But yeah, it's like 5 or 6, 7 companies that own all of the news. Like all of the major award shows are like one company. Country Music Awards, American Music, all those are one company. They all go back to one company.
I found the
Humble Bundle and IGN are the same company. They're owned by the same corporation. It's all insane.
Well, that just happened in 2024 too, right? That purchase, that was crazy. That's Ziff Davis Media owns all that stuff.
Yes,
I found the comment. Just let me show it really quick. People realize I'm not lying here. Again, funny how you didn't talk about Hell Drivers, by the way. 2 coming to Xbox, but you made like 3 videos on the Microsoft layoffs. Also, crickets on Sony canceling 8 games and closing studios. By the way, I made videos talking about Sony canceling games.
On that. That didn't happen right now.
Like I literally made videos talking about that. I literally did live streams talking about that. I even did videos and live streams talking about Sony raising the price of PSN Plus or whatever. Like, bro, these people are. Give it up, bro. Give up the console. Leave. Just get help. Where's my clip, man?
Stop it. Get some help.
Go outside at this point because the console war. Stop the console war, bro. The console war is over. It's over, bro. Like the moment exclusivity has not become a thing anymore, and it's cooked, and you got Xbox bending over for everybody, and Sony's putting their games everywhere, bending for everybody. Stop. Just stop the fucking console war shit. These people are holding on to it. They're like, yeah, I'm Xbox. What does being an Xbox fan even mean, bro? Xbox is everywhere. Your own company doesn't even know what an Xbox is anymore. They're like, this is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. That's an Xbox, bro. What does that even mean to be a fan of Xbox? Stop. Anyway, I'm not even gonna bother with my response. Just fucking. He never responded anyway. So let's go over super chats. We got. What we got? I want to make sure. What the fuck is it? Oh. Did I? Nope, I did this one. Maximus with a 99 cents. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Kyle B with a 2. Smash. How often have you listened to Brokeback JT? LOL.
Oh shit.
Oh shit is right. Smash exposed.
What? I don't even know how do I even respond to that. What even is that question?
Have you seen the picture of Smash and Hassan kissing?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh shit!
No,
No, I have not even seen that. What?
Go to Twitter real quick.
No, I'd rather not. I'm good. James Zob, what a 5.
I don't want to do this.
That probably came from the poll. James Zob, what a 5. Kotaku went from 60 million views a month at the end of February 2024 to less than 8 million a month in 2025. Oh, so that whole thing that certain journalists like to talk about called the falling off. you mean to tell me Kotaku experienced that after their one massive rage bait article went viral? And then all of a sudden, nobody cared afterwards? And in all actuality, they went from 8 million to I think like 2 million, 1 to 2 million after that. So what happened?
Sucks to suck.
Did you can't get those numbers, those culture war numbers anymore? Is that what they said, right? Like culture war numbers anymore? Just seems a little rough. James Opp with another 10. Kotaku users is only part of the story. You do not need to be a user to read the stories or be on the mailing list. My traffic numbers are from traffic analysis that I've been tracking since last year. Shout out to James Opp, man, holding it down. Tuco with a 5. How many employees do you think Xbox will end up with after they're finished purging over the next couple of years? I don't know. I don't know what Xbox's actual employees are.
Yeah.
I know Microsoft is over 200K. I know that. They've also fired at least 15,000 people across the entire company for Microsoft because they did an initial, 6? And now they're doing another 9,100, something like that. So they fired a good amount of people, but we're still talking about one of the richest companies in the world, if not the richest, and over 200,000 employees regardless. They could probably fire another 40,000 people and be unaffected because they have that much bloat. But I'm talking all across the board, not just Xbox. And then Kyle B with a 2. Hypno just sent you the song Brokeback JT. JT has it. I'm scared to listen to this, man. I'm scared.
It's not that bad.
Raging D-Head with $1 on Rumble. Atreus visits the Root twice a day, unless he's at a pool party with some hotties. At least he says you fuck around with hotties, though. He didn't call them like fatties. But you will be seeing some fatties soon, though, right?
Hey, all right. I cannot believe that is happening.
I can for $1. Another couple of great articles by Mr. Young. Whiteness is a pandemic. Most useless white people ranked. Bro, that's literally what he wrote? No way.
Wait, what did he say?
So Raging D had says, here's another couple of great articles by Mr. Young. Apparently one is called Whiteness is a Pandemic, and another one is called Most Useless White People Ranked.
Can we
Bro,
read those?
this guy is cooked.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Like openly racist, hating white people, and it's like it's cool because you can do that.
No, Smash. Get your progressive politics in line, sir. Okay.
Right.
It's not racism against white people because white people cannot be oppressed in this country because every other race doesn't have the systematic power to oppress them in this country and to, I don't know, whatever they are. Whatever the fuck they say. I was trying to argue like a leftist, but I lost my thought halfway through.
There you go.
You're supposed to just, when you lose your thought, just start spurging out at someone. That usually works.
There you go.
You're racist.
Yeah.
You bigot.
Justin with a 5. Hypnotic, you're probably right about Kotaku being sold relatively cheap. If it was a large amount, they'll be announcing the amount. It shows the property has value for investors. Yeah, no, it's cooked. Undisclosed. It's the second time it got sold for an undisclosed amount.
I would argue that, but you're probably right. Even if it was massive, they would still try to hide it.
Yeah, I was gonna say sure you can argue it, but at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie, man. You could see the valuation. Their Twitter profile is worth nothing. 2.5 million followers don't mean shit when you're getting 13 likes on over 100 posts. Before I finally find one post that has 300 likes, and then everything after that's at 50. It's my Twitter account's worth more, which is kind of sad. Although it's worth nothing because it's demonetized. So anyway,
hell yeah.
Adam Tillman, I got demonetized. It's crazy. I got demonetized in the halfway point where Elon Musk bought it semi-recently at the time, but he didn't fully enact all the open-ended policies to allow like a good amount of freedom of speech at the time. But he did enact the monetization thing first before he. So what ended up happening was I got monetized, and then I called a trans person the F word through a meme. I think it was like F word noises or something like that. And then I got demonetized literally the next day on Twitter for that.
That's funny as hell. They shouldn't do demonetized.
But that was before they started allowing stuff like that. So, yeah. And then I was never able to get it back. I can get subscriptions, but I just don't care. I don't care about money on Twitter, man. I don't use Twitter for money.
Right.
So, where are we at? Adam Jewett with $1. A bottle cap is worth more than Kotaku. Probably, especially if, well, yeah, anyway. Probably. Let's just leave it at that. All right, we are fully caught up. No, we're not. No, we're not. Saw on the list with 100 ARS. I honestly envy Kotaku's ability to continue existing and drawing a paycheck when they produce nothing. I mean, that's like 75% of the gaming industry, though. Like they're all developing these games for 5 to 10 years, and then they get canceled, and nothing comes from it, and they waste hundreds of millions of dollars. Nothing abuse to gamers. They're clearly ready to go to the mat for their corporate clients. True. Then DJ with a 10. Atreus loves the Hagen. Is that true?
What does that mean?
Damn.
Google it.
Hagen?
Google it right now.
Google it. I Google it.
Okay.
All right, boys. Let's talk about Xbox. Where do we even begin? Let's talk about Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark, I think, is a good place to start with the Xbox nonsense. So, for those of you guys who may not be aware, maybe this is the first show you're catching throughout the week and you missed the craziness. Things have not been looking very good for Xbox. It's been pretty ugly this week. Microsoft announced over 9,000 layoffs, of which about half were from Xbox game studios all across the board. Multiple cancellations, some of them high profile, some of them low profile, some of them even MMORPGs. I mean, it is what they call a bloodbath. One of the biggest ones is Perfect Dark. Now, Perfect Dark, for those of you guys who missed it, Perfect Dark is that game that was being remade for modern audiences. It's the one where my thumbnail's jaw keeps getting bigger and bigger every video I make. This particular game, when it was announced, obviously got a lot of hate because of the way that Joanna was designed, and she looked very modern jaw. And come to find out that this game was canceled, and then after the game was canceled, of all people, Ethan Gack, which, by the way, don't you guys find it weird? It's really not weird because I know why they're doing it, but don't you find it weird that every journalist that references this story and this rumor refuses to name the fact that Ethan Gack was the one that said it? They're all like, oh, a prominent journalist has
full disclosure, I did not notice that, but now I'm going to look for it. That's hysterical.
I'll bring up one of the articles that I had. I did a video on it because I talked about it. I'm like, it's interesting. Like, you guys won't actually reference his name because you don't want people to know that it was a shill journalist for all intents and purposes that's dropping something like that. Like, that's not something I expected Gack to say. You know, maybe Schreier, you know, but not Ethan Gack, bro. Ethan Gack just coming out with that shit is crazy. But in any case,
what?
But in any case, so Ethan Gack ended up dropping that bit of news. And what did he drop? Well, apparently Perfect Dark, the entire trailer that we saw years ago when it was first announced, was all fake. The entire thing was fake. The entire thing was scripted. And normally this would not be a big deal, but the only problem is that it was advertised as in-game footage and cinematics. Now, some people are saying, well, the majority might be cinematics. Sure, maybe. But you're coping. You're coping because they said that it was gameplay. And now we're coming out and finding out that Ethan Gack says it was fake. So then people are like, well, where's the proof? Ethan Gack could be lying. And you're absolutely right. Kotaku could be lying. They do it all the time. But one of the people who actually worked on the game recently came out and said that it was a vertical slice demo, that what you saw in the trailer, you could kind of do if you stuck to it. But, you know, there was some fakery in there. And by him saying there was some fakery in there leads me to believe that there's some damage control and that the whole thing was fucking fake. So, what are we thinking about this Perfect Dark thing, man?
I'm shocked it's canceled. It's a big name IP that, like, Xbox, I mean, they launched the 360 on Perfect Dark Zero, and people didn't like love it, but it's still a big name for Xbox. I can't believe they canceled it. But that, I mean, I'm still baffled with the whole thing. It blows my mind.
Is Perfect Dark as good as everybody thinks it is, or do we have some sort of like nostalgia with it? Because let's be honest. Even if you think about retrospectives and we're looking back at Rare's games, do people care more about GoldenEye or Perfect Dark? And I think GoldenEye is by far,
of course, people care more
the bigger
about
one. So I honestly never believed that once Rare was not able to make the first Perfect Dark again, Perfect Dark has been dead for 20 years. I think Perfect Dark has been irrelevant for a long time. People may not like that, but I think it's true.
You're not wrong. It's just it's still it's a name brand that longtime Xbox fans and N64 fans will remember. So like that was supposed to be a big title at a time when we haven't gotten any Gears of War. Fable is in development hell. It's like, oh, we're bringing back Perfect Dark. It's like, oh wow, really? Like that's a big name.
I think the studio that took one of the greatest FPSs of all time and ran it into the ground multiple times in Halo, you could never trust them to make a big FPS again. Like there's just no hope. Facts. If you can't do Halo, you're not going to do Perfect Dark.
I don't know about that.
It's just not going to work. I just don't think it was ever going to work. I didn't trust Microsoft to be able to pull that off. So I'm just not surprised by it, in my opinion. And the coalition's been MIA with Gears of War as well. And we can argue that the newer Gears games are far superior to anything that 343 did with Halo, even if they're not as good as the first, Gears games, the first three. But
I don't want to cut off Atreus. I know he's trying to say something, but go ahead, Atreus.
I forgot what I was going to say. You got it.
So by all accounts, people are saying that Xbox never announced a release date for this game, but by all accounts, it was going to be widely discussed sometime in 2026. So to say I was shocked that this was canceled is the understatement of the century, because we all know these games typically take somewhere between 4 and 10 years to make. Usually it's around 5, 6 on the higher end for a AAA experience, which means this game has been in development for a long time. They showcased it a couple times. They talked about in-game footage. This came from a reputable, quote unquote, reputable company of Microsoft, a game developer, a Rare that people know and trust. And this game was far along in expectation that it was going to be coming out sometime in 2026, which is like 12 months from right now, we'll say. There's gotta be so much story behind the scenes of like what the hell were they actually doing, and I think that will come out in time. We already, like you said, Hypno, already have some leaks of people saying that it was fake. I feel like there's a massive story here, because this might turn into something even bigger as time goes on, because I can't believe this actually happened.
So I was a little shocked that the game got canceled, to be fair. I will say that I wasn't shocked about the gameplay being potentially faked, which I'm going to bring up the article of the interview. Well, not the interview, but the person on Blue Sky, because, of course, who worked on the game and did level design and all this stuff, basically admitting that it was fake. That one didn't shock me, and it just makes me think of, The Witcher and everything that's happening right now with the tech demos and all that. Every time we get tech demos, there's always bullshit. It's almost never what they show from these high profile studios, and it's because they spent all this time trying to convince people that it's going to be XYZ, but it's more so convincing investors that it's going to look like that, and then hoping that they get enough money to ride through the development and then maybe make that. But there's always some sort of sacrifice that has to be made. And it fucking sucks, because it sucks for the consumer, because they're lying to people. And this is why, like, when I see people shill hard for tech demos, I have to question your intelligence a lot, because I look at you and I'm like, you really shilling for this shit? Because how many times do we need to see that it's never what it shows? Like, how many times do we need to see that before you realize, okay, maybe you should not believe the tech demo and wait for actual gameplay? But no way you did that, bro. There's no way you did that, bro. There ain't no way. Bella Ramsey, bro. Seriously, Wizard, and the zoom in too on top, bro. I can't even. I lost my train of thought, man. Anyway, the point is, stop believing these tech demos. They're completely full of shit. And at this point, I really wonder what's going to come of this, because this is like, so okay. Let me formulate this. We've had Perfect Dark was in development how long? 6 years?
It was announced in 2020, I believe.
But they were probably working on it before that. You imagine, right?
Yeah, it's probably 5.
I think it was 7 years. They said.
Yep.
So 7 years for that, Nothing to show for it other than a bullshit fucking trailer. Probably spent
the reboot was
over
announced-
100 million easy on it.
It was announced in the Game Awards December 2020.
Holy shit. Wow.
Which
Okay,
means that
so
it was in development even before then.
right. And of course, like all these games that came from 2020 or were developed around the 2020 time, almost all of them have some modern audience bullshit in it because it was the hype thing to do back then. And all these games now that were developed around that time that never made it out of the development cycles are all getting canceled. And it's because these investors have to know that the market has shifted. Even if it's slightly, you got to know it's shifted. So if these games that were developed for a mindset in 2020 or even before that, but anyway, they were developed for the mindset of 2020, 2021, 2022. They're not even nowhere near done in 2025. You're going to release your shit, what, in 2030? Like
Well,
after 4 years of fucking Trump and mindsets completely changed.
I thought you were going a different direction with that, which I was going to say that the investors have got to be like, if this is a game that is a woke slop fest pandering to a modern audience that doesn't exist, they got to see that behind the scenes, and they got to make the call of, do we redo the whole story because clearly this is completely DEI injected, or do we just cancel the game?
Well, that's where I was going to go with it because at this point, you have to make the call. So what I was saying is, at this point, it's 2025. Mindsets have shifted. You spend all this money, over 100 million easy, probably more on this game. I gotta imagine, considering Xbox does spend a lot of money on their games. Sometimes way too much. I mean, fucking South to Midnight. South to Midnight was what, 40 million, 30 million, something like that. Like something insane.
It's stop motion, so it kind of makes sense. That's a lot of work you got to put into it.
Think about the amount of money that is for a game that's like, how many hours is that game? It's ridiculous. No multiplayer, no nothing. Anyway, so they do spend a lot of money on their games. This game was easily over 100 million, no doubt, for the amount of time, probably more than that.
Remember, it was quadruple A, so I'm thinking the budget
300 million.
Yeah, 300 million minimum.
So at this point now, you got to ask the question, like, what's the point? You know, if the game is not even out of pre-production, just cancel this shit. Take the tax write-off. It's worth more as a tax write-off. Just cancel it and move on. And that's unfortunately happening for a lot of projects that were around that time.
How far along the game was, and if there is like going to be lost media of this game that what could have been like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, people looking back at like how far along was that game? I do wonder.
I don't know, bro.
But it couldn't have been that far along if they had to fake a demo.
Good point, but damn, game's been in development over 5 years, and it couldn't be that far along.
Well, but we also knew with Dragon Age they was in development for about 4 or 5 years, and there wasn't nothing done.
Right. Actually, I think Atreus, it was 6 to 7 years there was nothing done, and then because they said that Dragon Age: The Veilguard, the iteration that we played, was formulated in 3 years.
That was the 10-year one.
Yeah, that was the 3-year one. Yep.
Yeah, there was
Red Wolf got scrapped.
10 years total development time for that game.
Yep, slightly over, but yeah.
What we saw was only 3 years of work. They scrapped twice what the storyline and project was beforehand. It was supposed to be
it was supposed to be live service, wasn't it? Too.
Yeah, live service and all that.
Yeah,
scrapped
that was the second iteration, live service. The first one was something I don't even know. I don't remember.
But I think that's kind of what we're getting into right now in the weeds, which is actually a really important question and statement to bring up. Is the game development time is taking so long that the market is the ground that they walk on is shifting underneath them while they're creating a game, and it's like, what you were developing for is no longer something that people care about anymore.
That's a really good point.
So check this out, guys. Hold on really quick. So this is 200% draw. Okay. Wait, 200% draw. That's the one you guys saw, right?
That's funny as hell.
So hold on. This is 400% draw. You ready for this? 400% draw. This shit's getting crazy. This is gonna be my next thumbnail if I gotta make another Perfect Dark video. And then the one after that's gonna be 1,000% draw. And we're gonna keep going until the whole fucking screen is draw. Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Turn this into the Acolyte. Just keep talking about it.
What are you using to make this? Are you using
this ChatGPT?
Oh,
yeah, it's great for making like thumbnails of nonsense like this. So I have it make a character and then I design my own thumbnail. Smart stuff. I can't wait for 1,000% draw. So no, but seriously, so and like this Perfect Dark situation, this is the culmination and all of this, and we're going to talk about the other cancellations. We got ZeniMax canceling an MMO, fucking Bethesda Softworks. Yeah, Bethesda Softworks pulling out of publishing for 2 different games, which, by the way, resulted in the closure of that studio that they pulled out from, which we'll get into. Because when I initially talked about it, that didn't happen. They had laid people off and said they were going to try to pull it together. And then the next day, they're like, yeah, no, we're just closing this shit down. So
well done.
Bethesda Softworks literally killed the studio, which, well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about it. Perfect Dark is a culmination of all of these games recently that have gotten canceled. I mean, Wonder Woman is another example. 4 years of development, over $100 million, nothing to show for it. Fucking Black Panther, over 3.5 years of development, over $100 million, nothing to show for it. It's crazy. And at this point, this is why I think we are seeing such a drastic hit that is happening. I think I have this layoff tracker. Let me bring it up to really kind of give you an idea just how fucking wild this is. So if you look at this layoff tracker, very important stuff. Romero just got added. That's a studio we're going to talk about. It's crazy, man. Just in this month alone, from the 2nd, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
we're
6,
on the
7,
5th right
8.
now for 3 days.
Yeah. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 studios in 2 days of this month, either getting layoffs or closing down.
Wow.
What the fuck, bro?
And we wish them well.
Do we? I don't know about that.
Do we?
No, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. 14 studios in 2 days, in just 1 month. And right before the summer really hit. Right? Like it's just crazy shit. I think we are seeing a literal gaming crash happen before our eyes in a way that's a little bit different from what it was before. But I do think it's safe to call it this at this point, a gaming crash, because last year was 24,000 some odd people lost their jobs. A lot of studios closed down. This year, we are at this number says 4,000, but keep in mind, a ton of question marks on here. It's definitely well over 15,000 at this point because Microsoft's on here, Xbox, etc. So, and it's all question marks because you don't have an exact number. So, we are at probably 2/3 of the way of what 2024 was, and we're only halfway through the year. Combined,
also,
I was gonna say combined, we're over 40,000 layoffs in 2 years. I think it's safe to say this is a gaming crash, at least from a AAA standpoint. But there have been some indie studios that have gotten hit also. So
I don't know if it's a gaming crash. I think the gaming industry is on a weight loss journey. Okay, I think a lot of people got fat off of the pandemic, and everybody was spending money frivolously, hiring all of these morons and stuff like that. And now they on a Lizzo brand weight loss journey, and all you seeing is that all of the weight that they're losing is the fat that they're cutting off. That's what I think it is.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Because that's a good point. The reason why I disagree is because I don't think this is a weight loss journey, because the weight loss journey means that you are taking the initiative to cut that weight, right? You're taking the initiative to lose that weight. Whereas the gaming industry, if the subsidization was still there, I don't think they would cut. I think they would still keep going. I think what happened in 2025 especially was that the subsidization is not there anymore, which is why we're seeing such a drastic hit in half the amount of time compared to last year.
Well, I'm looking at it like I just saw Microsoft say, yeah, like we firing all of y'all, but I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. We having not record, but we're doing well. We're doing pretty well. We're gonna fire y'all anyway, but we're doing pretty well. And then when you look at the biggest games of the last 2 years, they've all been made by like smaller studios. Like when you think about not the most profitable, but the biggest games that have gotten the biggest reputation or whatever the case may be. We talking Black Myth Wukong, Stellar Blade, Hell Divers, fucking Sandfall Games just delivered what I think is the game of the year with 30 people. And then, you look around, if you're Microsoft, if you're whomever, EA, Activision, you're looking around, it's like, motherfucker, we got 1,000 of y'all working in this goddamn office. We got to deal with bullshit every day. Such and such is getting reported to HR every other day. My manager is fucking my janitor. I gotta get rid of this shit.
What the fuck?
All I see is a bunch of liabilities.
That escalated quickly.
Real quickly.
I kind of agree with that though, because there's another point in there, and it's debatable, of course. Game development takes too long. And like that's something that really needs to be discussed at the corporate level. Game development takes too long. So to play on Atreus's point, like this really could be a trim in the fat in these organizations. If it's already going to take so long to make these games, they're going to cost $100 million to make. Why are we paying for all these extra people when we're making record profits?
Exactly. And when you look at it, it's like, it's not, when you said it takes too long to develop, those people stay on a payroll, whether you putting out a game or not. Right. So like, if you plan for a game to only take 4, 5, or 6 years, and then you look up and you're 8, 9 years into the development process, you still had to pay those people. So it's like you already over budget on what you was going to pay everybody anyway. And like you said, I'm looking around and I'm seeing people deliver like games that are like Expedition 33 is better than anything Xbox has put out since 360. That's an insult, man. Because if you're the CEO of Microsoft, like, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Like we can't put shit out.
You definitely you hit the nail on the head, because all the games that you mentioned were all AA or less with shorter development times than pretty much all AAA games. And the ROI on those games were massive, right? So the investments on those games, I mean, every single one of the games you mentioned had a budget less than 100 million, with the exception of maybe Helldivers. I think Helldivers was higher than that. But quote me if I'm wrong, let me know. But Expedition obviously had low budget, fairly low budget. What'd you call it? What other game did you mention? Oh, Black Myth Wukong, Stellar Blade, low budgets because they were Asian made.
Baldur's Gate 3, I don't know what the budget was on that, but I don't think Larian Studios was that big, was it? I don't know.
Well, I know when it came to Stellar Blade and Black Myth Wukong, super low budgets because they were Asian made. So, those studios, conversion rates and everything. Plus, Asian studios, they do not fuck around, bro. Like, they come up with an idea, they come up with a scope, and they see it through, and there's very little, like, fuck around, very little, like, Western, I'm going to spend 6 hours on my 8-hour day going to Starbucks and go into my fucking, what do they call that? My safe space room or whatever Twitter had at the time.
Oh, my God.
And let me sit in a room of soundproof glass and pretend like I'm working when I'm really on YouTube all day. Like they don't got that shit, bro. It's straight to the point, which is why the development times are much shorter and their budgets are way shorter. And when they make money, they end up they spread it out to people. Stellar Blade Studio made so much money, they gave them all bonuses. They gave them fucking PS5s. Everybody's happy,
Yep. I wonder what the budget was for Elden Ring.
Let's find out. I'm not sure. I don't remember actually.
If that was less than $200 million, because I don't think think
on the
about
high end
like,
it's 220. On the high, it's between 150 and 220, according to. Let me see.
They more than made their budget back.
Yeah, they did. But I'm just thinking about that. When you think about like how much money did they put into Redfall? You know what I'm saying? How much money did they put into Starfield? Now, Starfield, I think Starfield definitely made his money back. But like when you think about stuff like that,
definitely.
I mean,
they definitely did. They definitely did.
Yeah, I was going to say, they had. It was a rough launch.
Because there was a lot of marketing in that game, a lot of money into marketing.
I will say Starfield 2, that's going to be a little sus. Because again, Starfield was sold off an idea and sold off the goodwill. Well, I can't even say goodwill, but like basically sold off of the idea of like an Elder Scrolls in space kind of an idea, kind of a thing, right? So people who usually buy games from Bethesda were super hyped, right? And they were all excited for it. And they're like, oh man, a massive fucking, open world space adventure, all that shit. And they didn't get that. I mean,
loading screen simulator.
Yeah, that's literally what they got. So I don't think a sequel would do anywhere near as good. I think the first one definitely sold off of the idea rather than the product itself. But this is just the way it goes, man. I think that they are waking up to the fact that AAA, doesn't necessarily have to be the way it is. You don't got to spend $400 million on a fucking project just to make 20 million and you got to struggle bust your way through to the top.
But that's also on the developers as well, because it's when you are a small studio, it's easy to come in and think creative first. Like, and so you're minimizing everything. How much can I get out of what we have? But when you work for a Microsoft, like EA, or Activision, you're not thinking about how you can make the best possible with what you got. You're thinking about all the resources you got. So you're probably telling these companies, hey, we need a $300 million budget when you really don't. So
it's also easier to manage a smaller studio. You know, like
here's what's really funny.
Keep people in line and make sure the vision is seen through and all that. Go ahead, Wizard. What's up?
So Atreus was talking about Baldur's Gate before, so I looked it up. Baldur's Gate was released in 2020 for early access. The game was a full 6-year development. It clocks in right around $100 million, but because it was an early access, they had that drip of money coming in through the pandemic that continued to fund the production of the game. Comparatively, Spider-Man 2 on PS5 was $315 million, and that game sucked.
Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, seriously, what the fuck? How do you almost $400 million, bro? Really?
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking money, bro.
That game.
Like, what are we doing
for that much money? But Baldur's Gate 3,
they feel like they gotta up the ante every time. It's like, no, you don't.
It pisses
but
me
you
off.
can up the ante without upping your budget necessarily. Like, if you're creative and you figure out ways to make a game truly spectacular, you could do that on a smaller budget. You don't need to fucking.
That's what pisses me off with a lot of
But
video
even
games.
when you look at the entertainment industry in general, they have this insane mindset that if you spend X amount of dollars on this before and it was a hit, then you need to spend more. Like, when you look at budgets, even like Marvel, DC, whatever, like Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie's budget was like what, $150 million, and then they went to Wakanda Forever and was like, yeah, so here's $300 million. It's like, bitch, no, the fuck we need $300 million for? Shit, you can't even remember half of the shit that happened in Wakanda Forever if you didn't watch it more than once. Same thing with Captain America, even though that worked until you got to 4. But you know what I'm saying? Just in general, movies in general, when you spend $100 million and it does well, okay, now we got to go 200. The John Wick movies, well, that was like $20 million on the first movie. Then they went up on the budget for each one after. It's like, nah, that's not necessary.
And to be fair, too, it is proven most of the time. I would say, Atreus, fix your camera. Most of the time, I would say 9 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times, you give a studio more money does not guarantee better creative output. If anything, it actually pretty much guarantees they're going to be lazier, or they're going to just bloat themselves to the moon and just fucking essentially waste it. How many sequels have we seen, like you said, that get bigger budgets than their initial ones, and they're just garbage, bro? Like, garbage movies, garbage games. Like, look at Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 has sold so far anyway about a little over 1/3. It's not quite at 1/2 of the original one, but it's a little over 1/3. It's getting close to 1/2 of the original with the PC release, so it's kind of pretty much right there. But still, even at 1/2, it still sold 1/2 of the first one, and it has a bigger budget of the second one. The second one has a bigger budget than the first one. So what are we doing? What's the third one going to be? Double the budget of the second one?
There's also an aspect of
they can't afford it.
There's also an aspect of it that could be a theory that we don't talk about, is that when you have a bigger budget, you're likely going to have more people, and that means a lot more personalities to manage, especially when you consider a post-Me Too entertainment industry. Because when you this time, instead of having one set designer, now you got 5, and now it's not enough. People don't just take paychecks and shut up anymore. Now everybody want their input in on it because they want to be able to say they was a part of something, and they put their input on it. And so now you're being tugged in a bunch of different ways. A lot of people
hey. Tugged in a bunch of different ways. Relax,
he's getting
bro.
tugged.
Wait, why are you special guest? Get the fuck out of here. Why can't I move Rollo? There you go.
There we go.
What the fuck? My bad. All right, go ahead.
No, it's just saying that a lot of different people got their different opinions and stuff like that, and people don't take checks and just shut up no more. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think directing is just you go in and tell everybody what to do, but no, part of being a director is you got to manage the personalities on set. I can only imagine how it is in an office with all of those egos and telling people how to make a video game or telling them what to put in the video game, and everybody wants their input in. I mean, every time a game comes out and it doesn't do well, everybody blames leadership, but nobody asks leaders, well, what the fuck were the devs doing? Man, these motherfuckers was in my damn security closet fucking the whole goddamn
why is all your stories with someone like fucking someone? I can't, bro.
I'm sure y'all worked in the corporate office. It'd be some wild shit going on. Hey, matter of fact, somebody just posted a video not too long ago of 2 Walmart employees getting it bust down in the back of the parking lot. And I was like, imagine being a manager and you looking for 2 of your employees and you can't find them, and you got them on camera in the back of the parking lot just getting it on like crazy.
Yo, what is this profile picture, bro? Stop. What is Wizard? What are we doing? All right. Anyway, speaking
it's
of,
not too far off from the original, so I couldn't even.
It's
tell.
really close.
Since we're talking about the layoffs, this is a big story. So I'm gonna make a video about this tonight because when I initially made a video about this, they got their funding pulled by Bethesda Softworks, the publishing side of things, and they had no idea what was gonna happen. They claimed that they were gonna lay people off. That was the idea. They were gonna lay people off. They had already started laying people off and trying to essentially save the company last minute. In that they were going to look for other investors and see what they could do. Within 24 hours, it went from that, what I just told you, to now the studio is being completely shut down, reportedly. That's pretty fucking insane. This is the level of bloodbath that we're experiencing here. Because even like it's not even just like Xbox directly necessarily doing it. It's the subsidiaries of Xbox killing off other studios that are working with those subsidiaries of Xbox, like Bethesda, for example. So Romero Games reportedly being shut down. That's pretty insane. Also, you also have ZeniMax, which I feel like ZeniMax's story is the other really big one, because they were making an MMORPG to follow up. They're the ones who made Elder Scrolls Online, in case you're not aware. And they were working on another MMORPG. They've been working on it for a while. We're also in a world where MMORPGs are almost non-existent, at least new ones anyway. Few and far between, especially on a grand scale. And that game got canceled, which a lot of people were shocked by that one once they found that out. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, overall, this is pretty fucking crazy.
What games have they made? I don't know it off name recognition.
I forgot, to be honest with you. It says one Romero Games employee revealed that the company was closed and that everyone had been let go already, apparently. So already it happened within 24 hours of funding being pulled. That's how just, I'll look if somebody can look up their games and see what they've made, if they've made anything. This is how tight, I guess you could say, nothing worthwhile, you said?
Yeah, nothing worthwhile. I don't recognize any of these. 2017, they had Gunman Taco Truck.
Well, before that,
2019,
Dangerous Dave. Sigil in 2019, Sigil 2. I never played the Sigil games. Empire of Sin.
How do they have 100 developers?
Hell if I know.
Subsidization. That's my point. Yeah. So what I was going to say is, this is how tight of a payroll and how tight of a budget these studios are operating on. That at any moment,
can you back up though? Did you say they got their budget approved and then the next day they got closed?
No, they've been like, so Bethesda Softworks, the publisher side of Bethesda, they had I don't know if it was contracted. If they did, it must have been a weird contract, but they were funding a project that John Romero was working on. Romero Games was working on a project published by Bethesda Softworks. They funded the project, or were funding the project. Not funded, because if it was funded, then them pulling out would not be a problem. They were funding It's okay. They were funding a project, and they pulled out the funding, and didn't tell them that was going to be happening. Didn't tell them why. Obviously we know why with the layoffs, but they pulled out the funding, and because of that, they can't complete development. They also can't find funding anywhere else. It doesn't seem like they were trying to, because again, this happened within 24 hours. It went from, we're going to try to find funding elsewhere and see what we could do to save the company, but we got to lay off people right now, to, well, actually, we're just going to close down. We have to close down, and everybody's being laid off.
That's crazy. I think that speaks volumes to the environment that games is in right now, and to your point of the imminent crash of gaming, because there are no investors that are willing to take chances on anyone right now. They're all just like, yeah, nope, we're good.
I think the ZeniMax example is actually the really good example of that, because when you look at, by most accounts, Elder Scrolls Online is very successful. I think it's made $2 billion in the last 10 years or so. ZeniMax obviously has done a good job of taking the Elder Scrolls IP and making it into something and not running it into the ground like a lot of other companies when they inherit an IP. So from all accounts, they were profitable. They already have an IP that's making revenue. So of all the companies that kind of got hit with these layoffs, it was really surprising, because it's like, here's a company that's actually sustaining itself. And once you have an MMO that already has a good base, good gameplay, it's just coming out with the new content. So it's not like you're in constant development of a new title. So, they kind of gave themselves the leeway to try to make something new. And it looked like, honestly, what they were going to come out with was trying to fill the void of what Destiny 2 has kind of like left there, that it was going to be an MMO looter shooter, third person with movement that's, comparable to something like a Warframe. And so I could see how that had potential. I know that one of the things they were trying to do was, I think Microsoft, after what happened with Halo Infinite, might be averse to companies making their own game engines now, because that's one of the things that killed Halo Infinite's development cycle. It was, they couldn't get the slip space engine working well for a long time. They wasted issues, and that's why Halo Studios was switching to Unreal Engine 5. So I wonder if after what happened with all that, Microsoft is like, here's an MMO. It's not going to come out until 2028. Yes, these guys are making money, but we could just refocus the team to keep pushing Elder Scrolls Online, which is basically just a cash cow that's minimal effort. So let's just not even take the risk on this with something that if they run into complications because they're building it completely from scratch, that we don't have to deal with it, even though Phil Spencer supposedly played, a vertical slice. There's that word again in February, and he loved it. So corporate was probably just like, no, we're not going to even take any risks at all, even though this is kind of a safer bet because this company's at least making money on the side, so they're almost financing themselves.
Right.
But,
and the guy behind this studio, I mean, this guy's fucking well known, man. He's not like
Romero,
this is the guy who put Doom on the map.
A genre.
He did the zombie genre.
So, like, if you're pulling funding from this guy, like, who the fuck do you trust at this point? It's kind of a crazy story.
And I think if I were any company that works with Microsoft now, first of all, if you're thinking about selling and you don't just want the bag, like whatever, I don't care if they sell off my company after I sell it out. Like, I just want to make my bag. A lot of companies are not going to want to work with Microsoft now. They're not going to trust them. Part of why they did the layoffs last year was to try to get themselves in a position to finance a lot of these other projects. And that's what the leadership at the time said. Yeah. They said, look, we're going to downsize the company and refocus on our projects that we've got that we think are sure bets. And now here they are a year later. And it's like, well, that was total bullshit. So if you're a developer, you can't trust them. I want to know, I'm curious, and the one thing that we probably will never get, and this is what insulates Microsoft, is Game Pass has created a cultural shift in the way that Microsoft thinks about things.
Right.
So it's also going to change the way that games are developed, because now everybody knows, and as an Xbox, gamer, you think to yourself like, well, I'm never going to pay $70 again, especially now if they're telling me the games are going to be $80. I'm just going to get it on Game Pass, and I can cancel my Game Pass subscription a month later. So you can't look at, well, it's an $80 game. What are the metrics now for the success of the game? Or now we have to have recurring revenue. So every game has to come out in a half-finished state, not just because the industry sucks, but now we're really incentivized to do that because we're not going to make that much off the sale on Game Pass. But if we sell DLC, even if it's on Game Pass, you still have to pay for it.
Game Pass is is the Faustian deal of the video game industry.
Yeah.
Like Game Pass is the undoing of like gaming as we know it. Like we should really not be supporting that as gamers.
Also, keep in mind, I mean, like you said, at this point, Game Pass is one of those things where you have to double down on it. Like, even if it's a failure and you know it's a failure, or if it ends up not making you money and it's losing you money for years and whatever, you have to double down on it, because you cannot go from, we're going to give our games away for $20 or whatever, $15 a month, day one, you can't go from that to saying, oh, we're not doing that anymore. You're not going to get a day one anymore. And if you want a day one, you got to pay full price for it. And that's for all our games. Like, that's not, you can't go back from it. Like, Game Pass is one of those commitments as a business where once you do it, there's no going back. Your consumer has been trained to expect that. And if you take that away, you might as well just pack up. You might as well close down, because you're going to get the biggest backlash in gaming history. You just can't do it.
No.
Trace's hat. What do you think about this?
Say what?
What does Hat Trace think about this?
Ah, shit.
Well said, Mr. Hat. Well said. Go ahead, Rolo. Sorry.
Oh no, and I mean, this is where Sony's approach is different, because they split it into tiers, right? And they don't do day on date releases with their
they do a year
titles.
after.
Yeah,
Usually.
so they wait. So, I mean, it's interesting to see. I think in some ways what Microsoft is doing from a corporate perspective, because their profits are like reaching levels they haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And they're almost forcing Sony. Like, I think that's the bigger deal of Helldivers coming out on Xbox. It's almost, is Sony capitulating, and is Sony seeing that Microsoft's strategy from a corporate perspective is very effective. From a consumer perspective, we can hate it all we want, because it's going to push everyone that direction. And that does concern me, is that like Sony now saying like, well, shit, like we're going to have to basically like exclusivity's done. And Microsoft's profits are making our shareholders get jealous. Are we going to be basically forced to do this too at some point? And then it's just going to be the Wild West at that point. And PC gaming is going to dominate, which it will anyway. But
I mean, it already is. That's the crazy thing. It's taken so much of the market share from consoles. But don't get me wrong. Consoles, the truth is that consoles are really being carried by Japan. Like, it's pretty big. More so obviously Nintendo, but it's because in Japan, console gaming is fucking huge. Like, massive. Way more than PC gaming. So in China, PC gaming is huge, but in Japan, console gaming is huge for everything except for Xbox. They don't give a fuck about Xbox over there.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of like the sales are, a huge chunk of it's coming from.
I think
it's a culture thing.
It is. I think the one weird thing that we're in the weird cycle now, though, just because NVIDIA and AMD, especially NVIDIA, has completely taken advantage of the PC gaming market to just basically come out with iterative and shitty, poor value video cards. So if anything, that's the only thing that's keeping console gaming going. It's that you're like, wow, I mean, PCs are more powerful than consoles. I was like, can you really build a PC that's affordable, that's better, that's going to give you a better experience than a PS5 Pro? Not easily right now. With the way that video cards are positioned, because you're going to need to get a video card that costs just as much as the console itself, $700 to get a decent experience, and then it's all going to be scaling bullshit anyway.
Yeah.
So to build, you really need $1,500, I would say, to build a decent gaming PC.
That's
nowadays.
accurate.
That's it.
I just spent $1,500 on a mini PC for travel. It's got an NVIDIA 4060 in it. It came with 32 gigs of RAM. I upgraded to 64. And that thing, I tested it today just to make sure it's working the right way. And I mean, I was playing Death Stranding at max settings, no problem, which is crazy. Now, obviously, I don't have the fucking wild stuff like no what is it called? No ray tracing or anything like that. But I don't even use that on my main computer. But my thing is like, for double the money of a PS5 Pro, you can land yourself a PC that'll do everything and more than a PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
And for a much longer time too, and you have access to a ridiculous amount of games with little to no restriction. Plus, keep in mind you don't got to pay for internet. I mean, you got to pay for internet, but you don't got to pay for it twice with the subscription service. Is what I mean. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. There really is, but
Hey, give it
I would
time.
much rather have.
I'm sure they're gonna try to find a way to squeeze it in time.
Hey, squeeze it in.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Come on, Smash. Why are you
Cut
always
it
talking
off,
about
man.
squeezing it in, bro? I told you.
Come on, bro.
Whatever happens between you and anyway, it's fine. All right. Last thoughts on the Xbox layoffs, and we're gonna get to another topic after Super Chats.
They didn't try to squeeze in some profits. You know what I'm saying?
They are though, but they're still firing people. so it clearly doesn't. This is the richest fucking company in the world, right? Microsoft is the richest company in the world, and they're still firing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people.
Hey, you don't get to be the richest company in the world by paying people money.
we are headed towards a AAA gaming crash. Like that is inevitable. If it doesn't happen within the next year, will be the next few years, and they have nobody to blame.
We are
but
living
themselves.
through it right now. That's what we're saying.
I'm talking about the hard crash where you see like legacy companies getting shut down and having to sell off IPs and things like that because they just can't keep up with the times. They think it's still COVID. Like they got.
I don't know why people say this. I think this is wild, man. Where is this coming from? I've seen people say
Steam's been around for like what, over 20 years?
They don't need to,
bro, decades. Do you know how much money Steam fucking makes from just their retail store? This company, and keep in mind, it's
if they started doing that, that would be the first step to their death because then another company would turn on and not do that. And they'd be
the Epic Game Store would love for them to do that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because then they can claim, "Oh, we're free here, bro." Steam is never going to do that. I don't know why people think
do that.
Every company gets greedy, bro. Steam is a privately owned company. Okay, it's not a publicly owned company. If it ever goes public, then we can have that conversation. Yeah. But it's a privately owned company with a very small, relatively small anyway, group of employees that all make stupid fucking money, which is why they all want to work for Steam, but it's very hard to get a job at Valve. You have to actually be experienced. They will not hire you if you are new. They've actually have that in their stipulations that you have to have experience in the industry, at least I think it was 5 to 10 years, something like that. They don't hire newbies because they pay extremely fucking well. There is no way in the current iteration of Steam that's going to happen. They make a disgusting amount of money on their retail store. They get 30% from every fucking transaction that happens on that store. There is, and it's a privately owned company. It's ungodly the amount of money that Gabe, and that company make. So, yeah, maybe.
But I think we know these companies like EA, Ubisoft, and all that. They're trying to start their own.
See, look at this. I try to have a legit conversation with people that are like, sorry, that hits a sore spot for you. All right, man, I get it. We got a console player here who pays extra and he thinks Steam is going to do it. He's like, sorry, bro. It's like, bro, I'm trying to have a legit conversation with you.
My counter, it's like the separate launchers like Rockstar, Take-Two doing that, and EA and Ubisoft. I mean, most of them failing, but they all want to do it so that they can get some control back so that they can start implementing that stuff. And they're hoping to slowly start it to be like, oh, we're the spot for all these games. You get them cheaper here, do that. And then to have their own ecosystem like Apple or Nintendo on a PC type thing.
People have been saying this about Steam for ages. It hasn't happened yet. And they're going to keep saying it for the next 10 to 20 years. The only chance it's ever going to happen, like I said, if it goes public, because then that means there are other people, other decisions are at play. Or there's also another possibility, which I hope this is not true, because I think he's got it all set up properly. But when Gabe does die, because it's only a matter of time, when Gabe dies,
he won't die. Don't say that.
He'll become an AI. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Exactly. Upload him to the cloud.
You mean like Ironheart?
Thank you.
God, my mic was muted. I couldn't say it. He beat me to it.
Still fucking bringing up Ironheart. Stop it. Stop. This man got a major video on Ironheart, and he's like, Ironheart.
We need to talk about Ironheart and how gorgeous she is.
So,
right.
Nice.
if did he just say Ironheart's gorgeous?
What?
I mean, the AI girl, though.
If
that's who I was talking about, the AI girl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I got you, bro.
When you were saved by a wizard. When Gabe dies, At that point, if there is no proper succession in place, which I think there is, I'm pretty sure there is, last I remember. But if there isn't, and after he dies, they decide to go public, at that point, then 100% you need to be concerned. If Steam ever goes public, you need to be concerned because that company has one of these strict. What happened?
They'll stop working for the gamers and they'll start working for the shareholders, and that's when you got to be afraid, very afraid.
Oh, 100%. This is going to it will be drastically different, no doubt about it. There will be outside influences that there, and it's crazy because those outside influences are trying so hard to get into to influence Steam and to make them do certain things and whatnot. But bro, Steam is what it is and hasn't had to compete with anyone. Like all these other Epic Games has been throwing everything they got at Steam, everything they possibly can. We'll give you zero revenue share for the first million. We'll do this, that, whatever. They're throwing everything they can, and Steam just doesn't have to compete. But to be fair, Steam has earned that for decades. But at this point, like I said, if when Gabe dies, if at that point, if there's no proper succession, then maybe the company could be cooked if it ever goes public. Then at that point,
But every company is greedy. He's just going to give in one day, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Every company's greedy. He's going to give in. They're going to give in, even though he's what is he like 7 years old now?
And has all the money in the world. Like at some point, it doesn't become about the money anymore. For some people,
that motherfucker is happy Santa. Let me tell you.
Yep.
If he was going to do it, he would have done something already.
Right. Yep. Olympus says that having a PC gaming platform monopoly isn't good in the long run. There isn't a monopoly though, because other people have tried. They just suck at it. That's really what it is.
That's a very good point.
There's so many other launchers that have tried to exist. Origin has tried to be a thing. Battle.net has tried to be a thing, but they're super small scale. Although Battle.net now, since Microsoft has acquired Activision Blizzard, Battle.net will definitely have a bigger library, or at least access to a bigger library little by little. But you don't just become Steam overnight. That's the problem. Epic Games tried to do that by throwing its money around and offering free games every 7 days or something like that. But that hasn't worked, right? And Epic Games is the one that truly has tried the hardest.
Imagine how much money Epic Games. Imagine how much money they've thrown at it for what? Like imagine just the insane, ungodly amounts of money they've thrown into this attempt, and it's just not doing anything.
They think they're gonna be able to do it. I mean, you also have GOG. GOG is another launcher that people like using. People can use that if they want to, but there's a reason why people trust Steam. And until that trust gets broken, then people are just going to stick with Steam. There's people that are literally, I'm one of them. There's people that will literally wait. If you have an exclusive on Epic Games and you're saying it's going to be a year timed exclusive or a 2-year timed exclusive, I'm going to wait. Because first off, backlogs are crazy. And second off, I'm not like Epic Games, all the money that they've spent challenging Steam, they've put that money in places that don't matter, in my opinion. Again, like you're putting, and you know how I know that? Because the CEO has openly said from Epic Games that they're not going to be investing money in the social aspects of their launcher. They don't deem that to be important. Whereas the crazy thing is that's what's driving the community over at Steam. On top of the fact that it's, a lot of good deals and all that, obviously. But the community factor, they don't want to invest money in it. So the fuck do I care? Like Steam has so many more options and it's free. Why? Because I don't get a free game every week, bro. I could get the free game and Epic Games and go right back to Steam, which is what I do, which a lot of people
and they
do.
spend millions to get those free games. So they're dumping hundreds of millions of dollars to try and acquire users. But see that brings up the data point. Because I've always seen the Epic Game Store as like, yeah, we may not be able to beat Steam. We will try, but along the way, we're going to collect so much user data that we're going to be able to sell that back later on, where it's worth a fortune in user data.
See, this is a very small scope mindset. That's the problem. So you're just thinking about the game, and I totally understand. And if that's the case, you can more than welcome. You can buy the game on any platform. It's not a problem. Me personally, though, I'm looking at a 21-year history log of games that I have with a platform that's not just a digital purchasing platform like Epic Games. It's actually a social platform. There is screenshots that can be shared, discussion boards, forum posts. There's reviews that I can actually read and post myself and partake in the community. There's a bunch of different things that are available on Steam that are much larger in scope outside of just buying the game or not. So if I'm going to buy a game, me personally, well, I'm just going to add it to my Steam library. It's 21 years old. Why would I go add it to another library when I could just add it to my Steam library and then actually partake and look at reviews and look at discussions and look at all that shit? You know, until Epic Games or any other platform has that, then I'm not really going to care personally. Because I look at the forums all the time on Steam. I think you find interesting shit on there. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I do. So, but hey, like I said, you can buy whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck where you buy your games at. Buy your games wherever. I'm not telling you have to use Steam. See, that's the thing. Like, yeah, of course, I will always support Steam. Number one, me personally. Doesn't mean other people got to do that. Other people can do whatever the fuck they want.
I think what we're gonna have to really pay attention to, and it's like, yeah, the Steam, Epic Games, but like we were talking about the whole like the big crash that's happening. Outer Worlds 2. I'm very interested to see the player engage numbers that we're gonna find out, you know, after they report, oh, Game Pass, we had, 2 million players or whatever the number is. That's a big factor that I'm paying attention to, but also Resident Evil. What is going to be the price of Resident Evil? I think that's going to be a massive discussion because I see it coming in at $80. And if Resident Evil doesn't sell as well because it's coming in at $80, that's going to further the AAA collapse.
I'm thinking $80 in my opinion.
I think it'll be $80.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Requiem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking $80 easily. They're definitely going to do that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if it's going to sell well.
I think it will. Unfortunately, I have to be real. I have to be real with you. I think it will.
I think it will too. I think you're.
I don't really disagree. I'm holding out, waiting to see. I don't really know yet because I think there's a reason to be skeptical.
The $80 price point will work for games that have established an audience that are excited about. Like if Grand Theft Auto 6 did $80 or more, that they're saying people are going to buy it no matter what it is. If Nintendo comes out with Mario Odyssey 2, it'll sell at $80. Like there are games that will just, no matter what, they'll sell at whatever price they set it as.
Yeah,
but
I don't disagree.
Those are a handful of games. They're massive properties from massive companies. Outside of that, nope.
But if they're expecting, and so what it really comes down to is what are the companies reporting internally that they're expecting in unit sales? So like last week we were looking at Resident Evil sales. If they're internally saying that Resident Evil 9 is going to sell 18 million units, which would, I think, be a record unit sale for that franchise, can it do it at $80? And I think that's where it's going to be interesting to discuss.
That's a good point.
Right? Because they're going to want that record unit number of sales, but they're also going to want their $80. So it's having their cake and eat it too. That's why I think it's worth.
You get the cost offset basis or whatever you call it, where it's like, would you sell enough at 70 to make more than what you sold at 80? So like,
well, that's just it. Because at 60, you would sell even more than you would have at 70. And it's
exactly.
I think just overall, paying attention to those factors is going to forecast where things are going. Personally, I think we're going to see even less investment into gaming in the future. You're going to see a rise in investment in like Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony investing into studios themselves. But things like Ubisoft, things like smaller companies, it's going to be harder for those companies to acquire funding. That's what we're looking at. It's going to be the big three, the big four are making all the games. That's
which ironically, I think it might be the big two because it feels like Microsoft's taking a massive step back out of all of this right now.
But not only that, keep in mind that they're complaining about the fact that gamers are like spending more of their time in like not the new stuff, like the live service stuff, like the Fortnites, the Call of Duties, the Counter Strikes and stuff like that. So when you talk about raising the prices of these games, well, who's buying them? Because everybody else is playing the same old shit they've been playing.
That's a very good point.
Well, a lot of these single player games they get bought and then put into the backlog, which is crazy to me because there'll be people that'll buy this game at retail price and then put it in their backlog and don't play it for like 6 months to a year. Like, why are you doing that, bro?
Okay, so
just wait for it to be on sale.
Next time you can just add me.
Oh, so you do that, huh? Got it. Why do that? Why you do that? Just wait for it to go on sale, bro. Capcom games go on sale 6 months after they release, maybe
Well,
a year if it's Resident Evil.
I may not buy. I mean, if it's $80, I'm definitely not going to buy it on release unless people just want to see me play it live. But like, like when it came to something like, I don't know, Expedition 33, I was stuck on Marvel Rivals. It's not that I didn't want to play it.
He's stuck on Marvel Rivals right now.
I'm actually not.
Let's go to Steam, not Epic
I'm
Games.
going to check right now.
Yeah, let's go to Steam real quick. Let me see. He's
back it out as quick as he can.
I'm not.
He F forward so fast.
Set offline.
All right, it says online. Okay, I see you. So that means you're playing on your console then. Exactly. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
He's like, I'm sorry.
I know you got it hooked up to your other monitor. I know you do. It's fine. But yeah, man, it's when it comes to like Steam and Epic Games and all that stuff. Listen, man, it's at this point, it's just like kind of YouTube and other platforms, right? YouTube is what some would call the monopoly on the video platform service. There are a bunch of other services that have tried to compete. Rumble's the only one that's really put any sort of like super duper effort, and even they are just not anywhere close. And it's not because they're necessarily bad platforms. It's just because YouTube has had an insane head start. And YouTube
sounds familiar, don't it? What? Look, Wizard just got uncomfortable.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, chat finna be on my ass. Watch.
Wow. Yeah, they've had quite the head start. So at this point, it's very difficult. It's hard, but over time, maybe it'll get there. But as of right now, I mean, people have been saying that Steam's gonna fall off. They've been saying that for years, bro. Still hasn't fallen off. It's only gotten bigger. The numbers keep rising, but nothing lasts forever. That's just the truth of it. Nothing lasts forever. So, any final thoughts?
Had to go and make it gay.
Any final thoughts on any of that before we continue to super chats? Because something crazy has happened. So I just want to.
Well, hopefully they if you lost your job, I hope you get on your feet and all that good stuff that they like to say. If you were a good
get
game
on
developer,
feet, wouldn't you?
All right. See, I can't even be sincere without you guys trying to crack jokes. But seriously, they got some pretty ones. I mean, hey, do your thing.
Sure.
But no, if you're a good game dev, I hope you get a job somewhere else. And if you're not, then hey, fuck you. I don't care.
Yeah, these layoffs are pretty wild. I wonder because this is bad. I wonder if Sony's going to experience something similar. Because they tend to all follow each other. Once one fucking company does it, then the other one does it, and who's not doing it? Japan. But what's crazy? People just to FYI, because I see a lot of people talking on like X and even some YouTube videos. They'll argue and they'll be like, well, Nintendo's amazing because they're not firing people. Look at Microsoft. Microsoft's firing people. Sony's firing people, but you don't see Nintendo. It's like, bro, do you not understand Japanese culture? People getting fired in Japanese culture is essentially almost a no-no, right? It does not happen very often, if ever. What they do is they rather force you to quit. That's what they try to do. It's a cultural thing. So you're not going to see a lot of firings in a Japanese company because it's against their culture. They don't really do that.
I think a lot of these people jump. Why do you think a lot of these people they take a very long look out of a window?
Very long drop.
Exactly. Offing yourself rates are extremely high in Japan.
Exactly.
Well, they take massive pay cuts too.
Yeah. Well, so personal accountability is pretty big over there. So if the company is failing or whatever the case would be, CEOs will actually take a pretty big pay cut.
Iwata
it's happened multiple times.
As opposed to pulling a Bobby Kotick and just golden parachuting the fuck out of there. Iwata said, you know what? We fucked up. Something went wrong. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to essentially seppuku myself if it benefits my people as well.
Yep. So it's a thing. So you guys got to people out there online who keep saying, well, Nintendo's amazing because they don't fire people. Stop the bullshit, bro. Just understand the cultures are completely different. You're comparing American companies to Japanese. It is not the same.
they also, especially in Japan, haven't hired bloat like Microsoft has done in America and
Of course,
taken on purchasing infinite companies and buying all these. It's a very small company in the grand scheme compared to like Ubisoft and stuff like that. Nintendo is tiny, and Nintendo is like one of the biggest game companies in the world
Top
and
10
making more
richest in
money than
Japan.
most of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're the top 10 richest one of the richest companies in Japan.
They're fifth right
and
now.
their stock is at an all-time high right now.
Yep. Well, that's because of the Switch too. But all right, we're gonna catch up on super chats, but before we do that, so during our last segment, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. It's not money. It's something crazier than this. I still can't believe the number I'm looking at right now. During the last segment, I got a notification on Steam and got some gifted games that we're gonna have to go over later. Because No Hearts Left and Old Man Cad, they gifted 86 games.
Jesus fuck.
Holy
No
shit.
way.
Today?
Yeah.
Damn.
During the stream.
Hey, I'm about to drop my Steam ID in the chat real quick. You know.
Insane. I am dumbfounded right now. I have
crazy.
I have no response to this. Like the last record I think was 37 games, which was also from No Hearts Left. So now we're at 86 games. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Thank you, No Hearts Left. I'm gonna get to these, but you're just gonna have to give me a minute. It's a lot. Just gotta go through the super chats first. Give me a minute, please. Holy fuck, bro. All right, where are we at? Did you Google Hagen yet?
Yeah, I did, nigga. Fuck you, man.
Okay, good. Oracle of Doom with a 222 for a 1222 says, so where have you been, Puerto Rican Pistolero? Last time I saw you were on G&G. Now after all this time, you were
I mean, I never left. You're always in my chats. So Hypnotic knows I've been alive.
Yeah, I watch the streams. Fortnite with the family. It's a good time. Kyle B with a 5. Has anyone else noticed, or is it me? Far right hates the Jews. Far left hates the Jews. Why are they fighting? Hug it out, guys. You have something in common. Why are we doing the thing? What's going on with that? Is that lore that I'm missing? Am I not understanding something?
Hey man, listen, I'm not trying to get fucking sniped through a goddamn YouTube stream. Can you please not?
Everybody aim your target right here.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm waiting.
Right on his face. He's used to that.
Hey yo. Come on,
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. And I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot.
Trace. Mr. Vegeta with a 2. It's not a crash, it's a reckoning. I prefer it when people are calling it the Ragnarok of gaming right now. I think that's really cool. That sounds epic, right? Like I'm tired of the whole like attaching everything to the word gate. Like let's just go to Ragnarok, bro. Like that. Can you imagine saying you were part of Ragnarok in the gaming industry? That's sick.
It's like fucking Gamergate, Comicsgate, YouTube gate, and it's like, bro.
It's a lot of gates. There's a lot of gates, man.
Like y'all so fucking corny, dog. Like y'all gotta follow each other's like fucking footsteps in order to get some kind of recognition. Do your own thing. What the fuck are you doing? Copying other people's shit, dog.
Let's go to Ragnarok.
Gate.
Ragnarok.
Right.
I like gate.
Dark Exile with a 5. Epic. We made 800 million this year. Also epic. We neglected to remind you we spent $1 billion on exclusives in the same time period. Facts. It's so bad. It's an unsustainable model. It really is. But they thought they could buy their way into the Steam community. That's really what it was. They thought they could buy their way into the Steam user base and try to take market from them. And it just didn't work. Like that's why they're still paying for free games. And again, it's kind of like similar to Xbox with Game Pass. Once you dedicate yourself to a business strategy like that, you cannot take it away. That means that you have to, for the entire of your existence, subsidize games that you're offering for free. and you're paying insane money for it. They said they're paying like what is it, 100 to 200 million dollars a month or something like that for fucking free games.
Wait, let me ask you this though: if they fired,
or was it a year? I don't remember. Sorry, go ahead.
If they fired Phil Spencer and then like not necessarily take Game Pass back, but like restructured it and did it different, would that be the case? The only reason why I asked that is because, and I know this isn't the same industry, and it's damn sure not the same product, but it kind of worked. Remember, Red Lobster was just giving out free shrimp, to everybody. Then they started going bankrupt and hired a new CEO, and he's just like, we'll just take away giving away free shrimp, and now they're out of bankruptcy. So, like, could you draw a parallel there?
But I don't know if you can do that necessarily. It's hard because it's two different markets, right? So I don't know what the rest of our market's like. I feel like
tough
gamers are really cheap, right? Gamers are really, really cheap. So it's like
really cheap.
Once you start offering that, I feel like it's harder to take it away from the customer. Also, gaming is way bigger. I feel like in terms of entertainment, it's isn't it the number one entertainment medium now?
Yeah.
By a long shot.
By a long shot.
Valuation,
as long as I keep buying skins, it's gonna be number. As long as y'all keep buying skins.
Wait. So you buying skins and you buying retail price games, Wizard?
Get them.
We found the problem, Wizard.
I've always been transparent with the fact that I am the problem.
Yeah, you've been trans, all right.
Hey,
I think
got him.
I think the problem with that is that Microsoft is already kind of like,
holy shit.
That was so delayed. The lag is so bad. I don't know what's going on. Just sorry.
No, you're good. I think Microsoft already is kind of destroyed their reputation with gamers, so that Game Pass is all they've got left because they decided this started with the Xbox One, really, if we want to be honest with it.
Yep.
Where Microsoft has tried to do cute shit. Let's just call it that. And to try to figure out some sort of way to, instead of sticking to what they were good at, which is let's take everything we learned through the 360 and just completely throw that in the garbage and try to do something different. And they've tried to do this multiple times to the point where the Xbox One was a debacle. Then they're like, you know what? What would be really smart? Let's come out with 2 different consoles. Let's do that. And then after that failed, it's like, you know what? Let's just not do consoles anymore. So now it's just like, what do they have? They got Game Pass. I think they're stuck with Game Pass for a while.
So what that was, they were trying to do what tech companies try to do, which is try to predict the market.
Of course.
And unfortunately, you can try. Sometimes you hit, other times you miss. Like, you know what I'm saying? When Elon was creating the electric car, he was predicting that we're going to start going to electric cars, and he hit. That's why Tesla.
I mean, Elon.
I just lost the Rumble super chats. God damn it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Smash?
I said Elon purchased Tesla. He didn't.
Well,
but anyway, go on.
Give me a second. Just the point is, when they was making the electric cars, they were trying to predict that we was going to go to electric cars, and that could have flopped. People, because I remember in the beginning, most people was like, "No, I'm not driving nothing that don't have an engine in it." You know what I'm saying? And now,
still like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I prefer an engine.
Now sometimes with Microsoft, it's kind of interesting because you almost think, did they pull a Jack Sparrow where they kind of predicted everything too early and it turns out they were right?
Yep.
Like, because everything that they wanted with the Xbox One is how every console eventually ended up. Most everything is digital. You got to be online all the time in order to play. So they were 10 years too early to the party. Game Pass probably ahead of its time too. Now everything's moving to PC market. So you're going to have multiple SKUs on everything anyway, because everybody's PCs are different. So in the end, it's going to suck. I think Microsoft is going to be right, but it's going to be for all the wrong reasons. It's not going. Nobody's going to like it. But then everybody's going to say 20 years from now, there'll be a book and it'll be like how Xbox completely destroyed themselves, but they predicted how the gaming market was going to go. And now they're on top. And we're just going to be like, well, what the hell did we know? So I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
the Game Pass thing is so the last Xbox showcase, and I'm a broken record. I'm going to keep talking about this all the time. The last Xbox showcase, they proved they're here to play. Like they're here to play in the market. They're going after Steam. They're going after Epic. They're going after Sony, and they don't even need the consoles to do it anymore. So Hypno, if you want to pull this up, this is an article from February of this year when they hit 34 million subscribers. And we know because there was we know that it actually this past June hit 35 million subscribers because some dummy on LinkedIn posted it in their LinkedIn like resume, right? So somebody that works at Xbox revealed that. Usually this number is pretty hidden, but now we finally have a barometer that it's 35 million subscribers. Multiply that out on the highest possible end at let's say $20 a month. So at its maximum, this valuation is $680 million per month. And so if we multiply that out by 12, we're looking at billions of dollars. This is Xbox loves $80 games. Xbox loves $90 games, $100 games. Jack it up to $200 because they make more money on subscribers than they ever will on $80 games. Because no one's going to buy the $80 games, so it looks better for you to buy Game Pass. And
it's also that's also assuming every one of those are paying customers, which is not.
That is true. So we're playing it on the high end, of course. But if every game is $80, then I have no reason to cancel that subscription because there's a lot of you out there, because I'm one of them, that would pay $1, right? You get the game you want, you play the game you want, you cancel it, right? But that's because you're still buying games at full prices when the games come out that you want to buy. But if everything is so overpriced now, you're not going to have a reason. It's $20 flat. What am I worried about? Or 30 when they finally raise it, which is definitely going to happen soon. Game Pass is scary because it's the end game where you as a gamer and you as a buyer lose your voice entirely. Because right now, sales metrics still determine success or failure for games. And now we'll own nothing, which means because we own nothing, we have zero voice in determining what games are made. Game Pass is terrifying. We should all be terrified in talking about it.
Crazy shit, man. All right, let's catch up on the last bit of super chats. We got GDR with 5 months says we need the waifus to help with my gooner boner. Bring on the horny.
What?
Why am I getting this treatment? I don't deserve this.
Oh, you don't deserve this?
I hate every last one of you niggas for making me do this.
Bro, why did you throw your hair back like that with the wig on?
real sassy too. You saw that? With the flare and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, he blinked like 5 times while he did it. Golly.
You got that soul glow in him. That's why. Old Man Cad for a 2. I call it the Great Reset. Facts. Thank you, Old Man Cat. And then we got Kyle for a 2 that's just sent Discord your next verse. Take a look now. Bro, Hypno Chair is not becoming a thing, man. It's not becoming a thing. Especially not looking like this, bro. What the fuck is this? This is like demonic Hypno Chair. What is this? This is crazy, bro. What is this? Can you imagine having this in your office? It'd be crazy.
Nope.
Although, to be honest, I probably would. This looks kind of cool now that I think about it. But not for a shirt. What's wrong with you? No, it's not becoming a thing. Stop. GDR with a 2. I love that sexy clown band. Okay. Somebody is doped up on Viagra. I lost all the Rumble super chats, unfortunately. I think Anti-Federalist Plane threw one in there. According to Valerian for a 2 says players are playing. Oh, no, Anti-Federalist paying for it too. Players are playing multiplayer games because single-player games have sucked ass. Nobody's buying them because they're terrible, yet the good ones still make it. I think the single-player games have been getting better and better, to be honest with you. The thing is, the companies that should be making high-profile single-player games, they're too busy making live service games. But the single-player games we've been getting have been pretty... What the fuck is this?
Hey, yo!
That's funny as hell.
Oh man.
Bro, thumbnail material? Send that to me.
No, no,
Send that to me right now.
no.
Send it to me right now. I swear to God, I'll film an Ironheart video today. Tonight, bro.
Oh my god.
Send it to me, please, for the love of God. If you're okay with me using it.
Man.
Fucking guy, man. This is crazy, bro.
That's a good one.
It's a good one, Atreus. Come on, you gotta admit that's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's diabolical that a white man in a wizard suit is sitting in front of that picture too, by the way. It's like it's so diabolical. Holy shit. All right. We got Kyle. Hold on. Kyle B with a 2. Not a shirt, a gaming chair. I'd buy one. All right. I mean, if you want to buy one, I'll make it for like I'll charge you $2,000. It's fine. GDR with a 5. The weird wizard is right about Game Pass taking over, and I'm frightened by it. I'm gonna stop gaming new games. Fair enough. I'm telling you, I have been. I wish there was a way for me to distinguish on Steam, because I know like at the end of the year, Steam does the breakdown and all that stuff and do the Steam review. I would love if there was a way to distinguish between, or maybe there is. I don't know, like indie, AA, AAA, because I would guarantee that a lot of my time spent this year playing video games was AA or less. I would guarantee. I mean, I've been playing a lot of SD Gundam Alliance, having a lot of fun with that game, man. That game is actually pretty cool. But it's a little repetitive.
You're gonna get on Dune, dude.
Dune? Awakening?
Bro, I need people to do spice runs with, bro. This shit's addicting.
Hey, somebody give me the game and I'll play it, but not right now. We ain't in the market for it.
I just don't have any interest.
Gotta get my damn license back.
Like, if I'm gonna play an MMO, it's gonna be a real MMO, not a fucking like partial MMO. Really, it's a survival game claiming to be an MMO to try to get people to play it. Like, I'm sure it's a good game, and I'm sure people, whoever the market is for that game, I'm sure they're loving it, but it's just not me, man. It's not me. I'm sorry. I have the game. I'm gonna try it. It's installed. Ironically, I literally have it installed because I was gonna give it a chance. But then the other night when I was gonna play it, I was like, let me check out Ready or Not and see what the drama is with that game first. So I played that. Crazy game, by the way. Super realistic.
I love that game.
Ready or Not.
Yeah, but yeah, I never actually booted up Dune Awakening, and now I'm going away for a week. So I don't know. Eventually, I'm gonna do it. We'll see. All right, last one is Mr. Vegeta with a 2. Kata, are you going to be Atreus Suits AI?
Hey,
yo. Oh, get the hell out of here.
Can you imagine the inner dialogue conversations between Atreus and his AI known as Kata? That'd be crazy, bro. And then when he goes to like make the hologram come out, it's like at his knees. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Yo. What the?
Because the hologram's only like 3 feet tall and shit. It's crazy.
Nah, bro.
You know it's true. Fucking, he'll summon the hologram. The hologram will come out like this. You know it's true.
Ridiculous, man.
So true.
What you laughing at, boy? You don't even know what's funny.
GDR with a 10. It won't be long before they roll out the Game Pass tier system to play first day releases, and the price will jump. We shall see. But I think it's funny that Sony, not Sony, but like the people behind Helldivers, because they were getting asked the question, is Helldivers going to be on Xbox Game Pass? They were like, hell no. Hell no, it's not going to be on Game Pass. They just flat out said, nope, it's not going to be on Game Pass at all. You better get that free shit out of your mind, Xbox boy. That means like 5 people are going to buy it probably. That's it.
Accurate.
Yeah,
Retro
is going to do crazy.
Retro Meister with a 5. I believe that Perfect Dark reboot was going to make Joanna into a feminist mouthpiece and her boss into a villain because he's a rich billionaire. Well, whatever they were going to do, it wasn't going to be recognizable. I say that. So it's probably a good thing, Retro, that it got canceled. I saw a lot of people actually cheering on the fact that it got canceled. And then Deadeye's luck for $1 on Rumble. Cowboy Bubbles Magic. That's crazy. These people are diabolical over there. I'm looking over on Rumble right now. I can't show you because YouTube will smack me if I show you. Bro, so you know how Rumble next to the chat shows you like a bunch of thumbnails for other videos is recommending? So for some reason, Rumble's recommending to me a video about making a cake, right? Don't know why. Some white girl making a cake. But the thumbnail is absolutely diabolical. It is literally a cartoon bunny getting its head sliced open halfway with a knife. And then the text is, this is the most realistic cake ever. So it's like a bunny cake. but it has emotions and it's getting its head sliced literally in half. Like the knife is halfway through the head.
Brutal.
Shout out Rumble.
Rumble is diabolical. It's flat out. Oh, crazy shit, man. I wish I could show it, but I can't. You guys can go search it if you want. Okay. Let's go over these gifted games, man. And then if anybody got to go, I understand. This might take like 10 minutes or so. You guys let me know.
I'm gonna go and prepare for the new Blackstreet stream right after this.
Fuck, I forgot we're doing that.
How'd you forget?
Bro, I thought today was Sunday, to be honest.
You're not
Saturday night hypnosis?
Sunday. Nigga, come on.
Bro,
Bro, my days are blending together.
This man needs help.
Stop it. Get some help.
Bro, I haven't brushed my hair or nothing. Damn.
I thought you were about to say you didn't brush your teeth.
No.
How can you be struggling to think when the distance between your brain and the rest of your body is so small that it should be able to travel quickly? How is that like? How are you struggling?
God damn, I don't even got a rebuttal for
The
that.
synapses should be just like instant. Crazy, bro.
Yo, look at Wizard's picture.
What? These are fucked up beyond measure.
This man ain't got shit else to do with his time, apparently.
Damn.
AI is amazing, you guys.
Why are you puckering his lips like that a little bit, bro? He looking he's looking a little soul glow, you know? Looking a little gay. I don't know, man.
You know what's crazy? He just looks like Riri with a mustache. Wow.
True. That's Booty Bandit the robot. It's crazy shit.
George Droid.
Ermac says, I would watch that. All right. You got a fan. You got a fan, Atreus.
Damn.
I'm going to go over the gift.
One more viewer than I.
You got to go do your outro, man.
All right. Yeah, so new Blackstreet at midnight tonight. We're playing Space Marine 2, so make sure y'all are there. We,
You playing co-op? Like missions, or you playing what are you doing?
I don't know. I hope we're not playing multiplayer because I'm trash at fucking Space Marine.
I think we're gonna do the missions and probably the horror mode.
That
Nice.
whatever that is.
Okay.
So
The plot strikes back should be there as well. Let me message.
So y'all just don't invite like the person who played Space Marine 2 first. Y'all just don't care to invite at all.
Kata, talk to Kata.
No, because if he invites me, he's actually going to invite Steph by accident.
It's been a year.
You would never let this shit
It's
go,
been a
bro.
year, bro.
Damn.
And I'm gonna say the same thing next year.
Oh my god, bro! I forgot all about that.
This tombstone is gonna say, "Here lies Stephanie."
Shit, I'm surprised. I'm surprised last when you just had Stephanie on new Blackstreet. I'm surprised you didn't put my thumbnail up there by accident.
That's crazy, dude. Do you want to play Space Marine? Because if he doesn't hit me back, then see, look, you just wanted to be ass.
So you only want to invite me if he doesn't fucking. This is the problem. This is why I don't forget. See. That's all right, man. Don't worry about it. I gotta go to sleep early to get ready to go on the road anyway. It's fine. AI's got to get sleep to drive, you know.
Let me ask Steph if she wants to play Space Marine.
Yeah, you do that. You do that. You ever seen her drive in
I've been in the car while she
bad
drives.
for-
I'm scared.
Watching her drive in Split Fiction made me feel terrible for the way I treated Smash JT. And he sucked.
I didn't suck. I held my own.
It was pretty bad.
You definitely suck.
Vindication.
No, I had like one part of the game where I died like 6 or 7 times. And you're like, oh, I'm going to
All the
remember that and base everything off of this one moment.
Sounds accurate. All right, Atreus, do your outro, man. You good?
That was it.
So, everybody, bye.
All right, y'all enjoy the rest of your No. Don't enjoy the rest of your night. Come to New Blackstreet.
Damn. So don't enjoy the rest of your night, though. That's crazy.
Enjoy the rest of your night coming on new. Oh, whatever.
Hey, yo.
That's what be happening over at New Blackstreet. So if you want to go watch that, make sure you go to New Blackstreet after this. All right, bye, Atreus.
All right, catch y'all later.
You can leave on your own volition. I won't kick you
I can't.
because you're playing video games. I fucking do it. Bye. Anybody else got to go before I do gifted games?
Nah,
I'm gonna get through them. Don't worry, I got
I'm here.
this. This is insane. So
I got Smashcast in a half an hour. So if people do want to enjoy their night, they can watch me.
Wow. I should make you guys super chat to see who's gonna get rated. Highest super chatter gets rated.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. You got $100 super chat with my name on it tonight. So
From Mr. Rouge.
let's say he said for me.
Who has said multiple times I'm his favorite YouTuber.
Well, great, but he said for Smash. So I don't know.
No, he meant for Hypnotic for dealing with Smash.
Oh, so
That's
now
what
we're
he meant.
adding words into what he. God damn, Hypno.
Yes.
I'm already married. I don't need another relationship to deal with this shit. Come on.
You're the one that needs the help.
No, I don't. I understand what he said. You're adding words to his message.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, he said for Smash. And he's like, well, what he means by that is
For Smash with a ... which means that to be continued.
Oh, so now, which means that you're now redefining it.
That's what it means. ...
what the
to
journos
be
do.
continued.
I object.
You can't object. You're white.
I'm fake Asian. Let's get it right.
Oh, that's
I'm fake
white
Asian
Asian
for this
Who
stream.
cares?
Okay, just because I start with an 800 credit score doesn't mean I can't object.
800 credit score and you own your own company. It's insane.
No. I should start with an 800 credit score.
No, that's how you started. 800 credit
Yeah.
score and you own your own company. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got first game. This is all going to be from No Hearts Left, and I think Old Man Cad's in here as well, throwing it in. So we got Hitman Codename 47. Shout out to No Hearts Left. It's just going to be me accepting like crazy. Hitman 2. How do I not have this on Steam? What the fuck? I'm so shocked. You know what it is? Because sometimes...
You know what it is?
What?
I got RoboCop gifted to me again, and I was like, "How did I get this gifted? I have it." So there was like a special edition or whatever that was $10 more, and it won't let me accept it to get the special edition stuff because it says you already own this game. And I'm like, okay, so I have to decline it, but I can't just get the special edition stuff. I have to just decline the game. I'm like, okay, this is
That's weird. Yeah, it's interesting, but whatever. Anyway, No Hearts Left gives Hotline Miami. Shout out to No Hearts Left for that. Looks like it's a Hitman frenzy going on. He also gifted Hitman Blood Money. That one I know I didn't have. Shout out to No Hearts Left. Okay, I had to have had this. What? Alan Wake's American Nightmare?
This game is good though.
I had to have had this game. There's no way. There's no way. But regardless, I'm gonna accept it anyway. Yes, I love American Nightmare. What did I play it on PlayStation? I don't.
Xbox 360. It was exclusive for a long time.
I don't have an Xbox though. I don't care about Xbox. I haven't had an Xbox
360?
in the longest time. Yeah, I never did. I was always PlayStation.
Damn.
And well, mainly PC too. So that's why I'm saying I almost I just remember playing it on PC, but maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe it was Epic Store. I don't know. No, I played it before that. I don't remember, bro. To be honest, it's been such a long time. No Hearts Left. See, okay, so this is I know I have Fallout 3, but I guess this is Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition, so it's different, I suppose. Or is this not the same thing?
I wonder if it's
so
going to do the
confused.
same thing if you try to add it, if it says you already own it.
Game of the Year has been added to it next time. No,
Must be different. That's weird.
what the fuck? Hotline Miami 2, wrong number. Is that game any good? I see people talk about it sometimes.
I haven't played it. I heard great things, but I haven't played it.
We got No Hearts Left gifting Condemned Criminal Origins. What twists the mind of an ordinary human into a serial killer? Good question. Smash?
Probably ex-journalists.
Fair. No Hearts Left gifted Hitman Contracts. Yeah, we are definitely on a Hitman spree right now. Holy shit. No Hearts Left. Get Out of Hell. Is this the DLC?
Ew.
Yes. No,
Yeah, I
that's
never-
that is the expansion for Saints Row 4.
Yeah, I never played the expansion. I only played the main game. So this
It's
makes
so
sense.
fucking corny.
Is it?
I hate
It is. It is corny.
It's actually worse than Saints Row 4.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I never played the expansion, only played the original. So shout out to No Hearts Left for that. Oh, this motherfucker put dad jokes in here too. Oh man. Why players go on vacation because they would get called for traveling.
I get it. That said, I could never get into the
80 something
Neptunia.
games, so if I'm gonna take shit from someone, it's probably gonna be No Hearts Left.
Sure. I tried to play the Neptunia franchise. They talked way too fucking much, dog. I was like, I think I got an hour and a half into the first part, and he just kept talking. I was just like, all right, no, this is going back immediately.
I mean, to be fair though, like if you've played, which I know you have, if you played a lot of Japanese games, don't you think that's pretty standard? A lot of talking, a lot of like.
I can imagine a lot of talking, but I mean, when I say no talking, I mean when I say a lot of talking, I mean there was no action happening.
Oh.
I might have picked up a fucking dating sim and not known it. I don't know.
Dude, I mean, I'm playing SD Gundam Alliance right now, and I got to tell you, these motherfuckers talk, bro. Talk.
See, politics is different. These motherfuckers are just talking about, I don't know, just their morning routines. Kind of boring.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, I was shocked. And then I would get into the game, and it's just like, kill a few Gundams, and it's over. You know, so it's mission related. So you just do a bunch of missions. Anyway, it's fine. And then when you're in the game, when you're actually playing the game, they're talking. Like they're communicating. So
I get that.
Like nonstop talking. Anyway, Hyperdimension Neptunia, you thank you so much. No Hearts Left, you fucking legend. Brandy Worley cheated with the neighbor. The husband posted on Reddit. So kids, do you like violence?
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I don't know the lore about that one. Am I missing something here?
I don't know.
Isn't that the
hey,
line
Rolo.
from Eminem? Like, hi kids, don't you like violence?
Potentially. Rolo, you got to go?
I do. I got to roll out. I heard something crash, which means the cats are causing hell.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that normal in Puerto Rico? No, I'm just kidding.
That's how it is. So.
Hey, Rolo, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. I appreciate you. Tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, what you got coming up next.
Well, hey, thanks for having me on. It was too long. Hopefully, it won't be that long next time. So it was great to be here. You can find me on as Puerto Rican Pistolero everywhere on YouTube, X, Rumble, all those places. So check it out. I'm mostly on X and YouTube, playing games with my family, and I'll do politics and everything every once in a while and go on a rant. So, but thanks a lot, chat. Nice meeting you all here in the panel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you again, man. I appreciate you. We'll talk soon.
Hey, you too, man. Be safe. Have a good trip.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Thank
easy,
you.
Man.
Thanks, guys.
Hypno, before you go on to the next one, check the private chat.
The fuck is this?
What is
What
this?
the
Funny.
fuck is this, bro?
It's funny.
Someone just tagged me on that.
What is wrong with people?
Yo, people have too much time on their hands, man. That's too much time, man. I just can't do it.
Holy shit. This nigga looks like Reporter of the Week if he ate food and it stayed on him.
Bro, is this Bella JT? Like,
Yes.
what the fuck? This needs to be your profile picture.
Oh, shit.
You need to put your Smash JT logo and make this profile picture ASAP, dude. Rebrand the entire channel. Bro,
change it to Bella JT.
He looks like
oh my god,
this motherfucker looks like Mr. Smith from the Matrix without the glasses on. That's who he is.
Oh god,
oh shit,
this is fucked, bro, beyond all belief.
That is wild.
I think AI, bro. I'm sorry. AI is just diabolical. It really is.
AI
needs to stop. It needs to
AI is
fucking
the best
stop.
mistake.
Like this is just too much, man. This is too much.
Get out of control.
All right, enough of that. Jesus Christ, man. I guess that's what AI was for, man. AI is going to be used more by trolls than anything else.
Hell yeah.
No Hearts Left, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1 Deluxe Edition bundle, and a bunch of letters I don't understand. Shout out to No Hearts Left for that one. This is the craziest fucking game drop I've ever seen in my life, by the way. So I used to be a banker, but I lost interest. I stayed up all night wondering where the sun went. Then it dawned on me.
Fuck, man.
That's a two.
Oh
What
God,
the
You're Like
fuck?
Fake Wizard has updated his profile picture. What the
Jesus
fuck?
Christ, dog.
Can we stop? Can we stop?
What is
No.
happening right now?
Can we stop?
It gets better and better.
This is insane. Can we stop?
I wonder if I changed my profile to that picture, if people would notice and how long it would take them to notice.
Downs JT.
Downs
They're gonna call. They would use it to cancel you. They'd be like, "Oh, you're just making fun of people with conditions or whatever."
Yep.
Exactly.
All kinds of shit. These people don't have any humor
Dude,
whatsoever.
I'm like crying right now.
Everything is harassment. It's amazing.
Downs
Hold on,
JT is
I gotta.
Dude, if you can't laugh at yourself, what can you laugh at? This is
That's what
fucking
I'm
hysterical.
saying, bro.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Like I feel like we make jokes about each other more than we ever did about these people, but whatever. Anyway, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 Deluxe Edition bundle. So the second one. Shout out to you. Another one, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 Deluxe Edition bundle. Jesus Christ, man, the whole fucking thing.
Hope you like Hyperdimension.
Yeah, seriously. What is this? Other Side. As humanity's last hope leads your army to combat intricate dance of spectacular actions and counters, using an original dynamic timeline system and face fearsome bosses and epic battles. That sounds interesting. Wonder what that's about. Shaq Fu. Let's fucking go.
Shaq
Fu.
Legendary.
A Legend Reborn. Oh, I might have to play that on stream one day.
Yeah, that's
Shaq Fu.
that's the return game that was just very bad.
Did you guys know Martha's Dead? Martha is Dead is a dark first-person psychological thriller set in 1944 Italy that blurs the lines between reality, superstition, and the tragedy of war. That sounds interesting, actually.
Why'd you say that name?
Martha's Dead is actually a good game.
Misao 2024 HD remaster. Explore a school plagued by unnatural phenomena in this horror adventure game. Nice. Shout out to you. Still going. We got No Hearts Left gifting Mad Father. Witness a tale of the most foolish family. Okay. There's a lot of horror games. I'm not surprised.
Yep.
He likes gifting horror games. Home Sweet Home from No Hearts Left. First person horror adventure game based on Thai myths and beliefs. Ooh.
That's probably terrifying.
That's probably really disgusting. Yeah, most likely. Good. Here's another one. The Beast Within, a Gabriel Knight mystery. Gabriel Knight 2, The Beast Within, play as both Gabriel and Grace as they are dispatched to Munich to solve a series of mutilation murders. Nice. Holy shit. My God. Oh, we got some crazy shit. Sniper 3 plus Season Pass. Includes Sniper 3 and Sniper 3 Season Pass. God damn.
I heard
Holy
good
shit.
things about Sniper. I never really got into it, but
I mentioned the other day that I never really played Sniper like that, aside from, I believe the first one is the only one I played. And
It's
I
the
didn't
team that
really
did
play that
Adamfall,
much. Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I mean, regardless, the moment I said that, people just started gifting Sniper. So that's usually how it works. Sniper Elite 4 added to the library. Corpse Party, Book of Shadows. Looks a little horror-y, looks a little goonery.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What, is that a hentai game? What?
No, that game is actually pretty fucking unnerving.
Is it really?
Corpse Party? Like, yeah. If I remember correctly, I remember watching Corey Kenshin play that shit. Like, this is years ago.
People are
That
screaming
game
in the chat. Oh no, it must be really crazy.
No, that game is fucking wild.
All right, I gotta check it out. The Song of Saya, or Saya. Shout out to No Hearts Left for that one. Oh, Earth's Defense Force. Nice. 4.1, The Shadow of New Despair. I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. I got a job at a bakery because I needed dough.
Stop laughing at these shits, man. Y'all the reason they keep putting the shits up. God damn.
It's pretty funny.
It's not. It's not.
Steins Gate Elite bonus content bundle. I think he was the one that gifted me Steins Gate the other day. Look at this shit.
Oh, what is that?
Psalm 5913. God damn, this looks
crazy
fucked.
looking.
First person psychological horror game with a VHS effect. That sounds terrifying. That's gonna make a really good potential October game. Holy shit. I gotta remember that one. Warhammer Underworlds Shadespire Edition. Nice. I'll never say no to a Warhammer game. I played so many of them. The Hailwald Loophole used to be one of the most renowned medical facilities in Germany. That all changed when the curious loophole appeared. Bro, seeing this shit, like every time I see an indie game like thumbnail for one of the, I'm just like, damn, man, this is where the creativity is at. It really is. Like, this is where the true gaming creativity is at, where people are willing to take risks. They're willing to try different things. They're not fucking held back by like investors or fucking CEOs or executives or whatever. Just usually a small team of people, and they're coming up with some real interesting or fucked up things, you know? So I like seeing this stuff. Ikai, fear and anxiety prevail from the darkest tales from Japanese folklore. Oh, that's definitely going to be fucked up. In this first-person psychological horror game, definitely fucked up. Set in the feudal era, definitely fucked up, for sure. Shout out to No Hearts Left for that. The Surge 2. Now, this one I have on PlayStation. I got it for free on PS Plus a long time ago. I was actually let down by The Surge. I'm not going to lie to you. The first one was all right, but it had interesting mechanics. But the whole like tearing off robot body parts and using them on yourself. Yeah. Cool concept, but I don't know. I was a little let down by it. We got Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, that game is awesome.
This shit looks like Jet Set Radio. What is this?
It's based off of Jet Set Radio, pretty much. It's like,
oh wait, is that the side scroller or 2D fighter kind of thing where you're slapping a baseball around or some shit like that?
No, it's literally like Jet Set Radio.
So how many of these are you actually gonna play? I try to play all these games. So I'm currently like I'm working on. I'll tell you right now. There's a couple of games that I booted up that I have to get through. And I play a lot of these on my Steam Deck. Usually, like right before bed, I'll spend an hour doing it or whatever. So I got SD Gundam Battle Lines that I'm playing a lot right now. I got Sulaco, which Pietro gifted, playing through that right now. Almost done with Blaze Blue Entropy Effect. Then I'll write a review for that. And then I got this fucking game called, where is it at? Hold on. This game called Gun Crave or something like that. Where is it at? I don't know. This shit's like old school Gungrave. Sorry, Gungrave Gore. Yeah, Gungrave Gore. That game's a lot of fun. Runs like shit, but it's
based off the anime.
It might be. Definitely plays like it. And you know what's interesting about the game? So it has standard graphics mode and then an optional cell shaded mode. If you want to play it as a cell shaded game, yeah, it's pretty cool. Both look really good, but when I saw a cell shaded mode, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So I'm playing through that right now, and I think that's it for right now. So I try to go through like 4 or 5 games within a couple of weeks, and then do another 4 or 5 games. But then I'll pick one major title and Griffcast that and do a review for it, like live for everybody to see. Warhammer 40K Battle Sector. Shout out to you for that. Like I said, never go wrong with a Warhammer game. Psycho no Sutoka. This shit looks fucked up. Look at this thumbnail, bro. What the hell?
Holy shit.
Shout out to you. Shenmue 1 and 2. Oh my god.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nostalgia. Shenmue 1 and 2.
Hell yeah.
Bro. I still remember getting a job in Shenmue and taking that shit so seriously when I was a kid. I was like, I can't be late. I can't believe I gotta do forklifter job or whatever it was. I remember on the
Every
boat.
job in existence in that game.
it was so sick. So sick. Stigmatized Property. That sounds interesting.
What a name.
Another horror game, Japanese horror game. A lot of Japanese horror. The Closing Shift. That sounds terrible.
I believe I can't. No, it's Convenience Store. That was the one I remember.
The convenience. So all this is from the same thing. Chilla's Art, the convenience store.
Yeah, that game is silly. It's like a horror game, but it's silly.
Azuma Manor Story. Quite interesting. World of Horror. That's pretty straightforward. Oh wait, hold on. Experience the quiet terror of this one-bit love letter to Junji Ito
and HP Lovecraft.
That sounds cool. I gotta check that out.
I'm gonna write that down for the lady.
All right, who's playing this? Kata was playing this shit, right? Suit for Hire.
A
lot of people saying this game is good. I saw the developer praising The amount of players
Yo,
they had.
that game is fun as hell, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Is
I've been
it?
having a good time playing it. Yeah,
Challenging
it's like
action shooter.
Yeah, they have a top-down mode, and he just added a third-person mode. I think like last week, and it has like
Okay.
cool little combat mechanics to it and challenges you could do to unlock like different like accessories and shit. It's pretty fun.
Okay. Moon Scars. Push the limits of your combat skills and master new abilities to progress through an unforgiving, non-linear 2D world. Nice. These kind of games I play on my Steam Deck. Proteus is a first-person shooter of old reimagined using modern rendering techniques. Nice. Madison, first-person psychological horror game. Looking a little Fatal Frame over here with the camera and everything.
I like it.
Another Corpse Party. 2000 says another one. 2021. Is it as fucked up as the other one? Corpse Party Blood Drive. This sounds like Corpse Party 2 Dead Patient. How many Corpse Parties are there?
206.
Is that a made-up number?
Yes.
Steins Gate 0. Is that like the prequel or something? Probably. Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace. Holy shit. Bright Memory Infinite. What's this? All new lightning fast fusion of FPS and action games.
Ooh, that sounds like you ever play Vanquish?
Have I played Vanquish? I don't remember. No, I don't think so.
It was done by the same team. That
Is
did,
it on Steam?
Yeah, it is.
I do have it in my library. I never played it.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
It got gifted to me back in March. Bright Memory, which I got gifted twice-ish. How was that possible? Kill la Kill. Nice. Neon White. Single-player speedrunning FPS where you can sacrifice your guns for godlike parkour moves. I would want to give up my guns so I can run faster. Neptunia and Senran Kagura Ninja Wars.
I had no idea they did a crossover.
Shadow Corridor. Sounds creepy. Oninaki. All new action RPG tells the story of a watcher on a journey to protect life after death. That sounds cool. What? Oh, this motherfucker got me Little Nightmares 3, bro. The deluxe edition pre-order. God
hell.
Damn. God damn. And it's crazy because I was going to play Little Nightmares 1 and 2 on Griffcast if I needed like intermediate content before Wu Chang. Holy shit, man.
Bro,
Shout out to No Hearts
Left.
Left.
That shit at the resale price. Not bad.
You're so lucky, man. I
Insane.
want that game so bad.
Pseudo Regalia. Thank you for this. This is the game for Cater right here. Angerfoot.
Oh, that game is so fucking funny.
Somebody give Cater Angerfoot right now, please. Somebody in the chat.
That game is so
lightning
fucking
fast action FPS where the only things harder than your ass kicking feet are the ass kicking beats. This is definitely a Cater game for sure.
Sounds cool.
Hollow Cocoon. That looks fucked up. What is this?
Holy
Ew.
shit.
Trapped in a cocoon, the silkworm weaves her final dream. Hollow Cocoon is a first-person horror. You notice how all these Japanese games are like first-person horror? Almost all of them so far. Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin. God damn. Shout out to you, man. Oh, man. SD Gundam G Generation Cross Race, bro.
Holy shit.
Yes, let's go. Anytime I get a Gundam game, it's immediate like Gooner. Smash, you okay? You awake, man?
I was just gonna say I gotta hop off and start prepping. I got 3 minutes before I go live, so I was about to mention I was waiting for a gap.
Yes. What's the mention? Fist of the North Star anime trailer review?
No. Well, that I sent that just as like a casual. Oh, cool! My favorite anime of all time.
I would show that, but anime like.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Copyright.
That's why I didn't say. That's why I didn't say anything about it. I more sent that to you, just heads up. But yeah, I'm gonna go stream, so I gotta hop off.
You go have fun, my friend.
It was an awesome SNH tonight, by the way. Thank you again, as always. Rocked it, killed it, and looking forward to next week. Have a great. I don't know if you go on vacation, but what the fuck?
Holy shit!
I am going on vacation, but it's a workation, so I'll be
Yeah,
streaming.
you
Don't
never
worry.
actually take vacation. You don't know how to take vacations.
That's not true. I
But
did it
I
once.
guess I know. I guess you and I could have could say we're pretty similar when it comes to that. But dude, thank you for everything, and enjoy your trip. Be safe and have fun. We'll see you
Oh yeah, man. Catch you later.
later, guys.
Shout
Later,
out.
Sheep. Have a good one. Later, Wizard. Kata. Bye.
Button Katos
Later.
1 and 2 HD remaster.
Oh, Bait and Katos.
Bait and Katos. I said button because I'm a spick.
I'm
Cursed,
about to dip too. I gotta, get ready for New Black Street.
Okay.
do your outro, sir. Mr. No Camera all day.
Yeah, make sure. Make sure that you guys, after this stream, come over to New Black Street and watch Atreus try to be good at Warhammer. That's going to be fun to watch. Also, go to my channel. Go look at all my Ironheart videos. I worked very hard on them. I want you to watch them, so go do that, please. And yeah, just go to New Black Street, sub up, have a good old time, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Don't go to Smash's stream though. Go to ours.
That's crazy.
Or tab us
Okay,
both
bye.
up. Have us both up. You know what I'm saying? Keep it up.
Okay, bye.
Peace.
Bye. Curse Digicam. God damn. We're only halfway through. Chilla's Art Jisatsu. These are all like Fatal Frame looking games. The Karaoke. Oh, I bet you that's fucking horrible. Shadows of the Damned, hella remastered.
Hell yeah.
Tactics Org, Reborn Digital Premium Edition. No picture though. Guess it's not working. The Dead Seat. A horror game where you play a handheld console in the backseat during a long drive home. What the fuck?
That's funny.
What the fuck? Death in Unison. What is this?
That looks creepy.
This is creepy. Bloodshed, Roguelite Survivors FPS. Nice. Amnesia the Bunker? Wait, what? What's this one? It's first-person horror game set in a World War I bunker. When did this come out? I've played pretty much all the Amnesia games. Why did I miss this one? When did this come out? Amnesia the Bunker. I gotta look that up. V Lover.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. We're getting
I
into
looked over there, bro. Got that hentai on the screen.
Oh shit. Metal Bringer. Shout out to you. Ib? What the fuck is this? 2D exploration adventure game set in a creepy, mysterious art gallery. Bro, the amount of creativity is wild. Time Gale HD Remaster. Nice. That's awesome. I love the old school anime look. What the fuck is this?
Oh my god.
Busty MILF.
Busty MILF and Summer Country Sex Life. Bro.
Hey, fam, I think you sent that to the wrong person.
Yeah, you definitely sent this to the wrong person, bro. What the fuck is this? That's crazy. What the fuck? Another one?
Yo, Hypno shit is just Angel Bitches is crazy.
This is heavenly badonkers. Heavenly badonkers, bro. What? Just so you're aware, if you send me these games, I am never playing them. Just so you're aware, like I don't want you to waste your money. But I'm legit never playing these games. Want to see me stick 9-inch nails through each one of my eyelids? What a copy me and do exactly like I did. Try Sid and get fucked up worse than my life is.
So it is just
it definitely is Eminem, right? Yeah. Stella of the End. Jude Gray, a wandering courier, receives a request to deliver some very special cargo. Sounds very Death Stranding. The Shell, Part 1, Inferno. Sounds interesting. This Shell, Part 2, Purgatorio. Is there a Part 3? This Shell, Part 3, Paradiso. I like the names. Mutant Football League. Why did the gamer... Oh, this is Old Man Cad.
That's a good game.
Is Old Man Cad. Hold on. There's not No Hearts Left. Old Man Cad. Why did the gamer play so many video games after his breakup? He needed to console himself.
I get it.
Thank you, Old Man Cad, for Mutant Football League.
That's a good game. I like that. It's a return of like it's like NFL Blitz.
What the fuck is this? Hentai versus furries? Nah, bro. You need to send this to Cassie. Don't send this to me, bro.
She's the furry queen.
What game do you play after eating Taco Bell? Fortnite? Yeah, nah, bro.
Hell
No. I have a rule. No furry games. No furry games allowed in this shit. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. Furry femboys, no sir. Video games don't cause violence. Like
Hell
does.
no.
No, furry games cause violence. No furry games. Repent.
I think I understand how he got like 80 something games to you.
Seriously. I'm
Are
sorry.
they all furry games now?
That's my one rule. No furry games, man. No fur. Hold on, I think more came in during that whole debacle. One more. Holy shit. Yeah, okay. See what I'm saying? So I have these games. I 100% have these games. I know I do. Hold on. Resident Evil Biohazard Gold 7 and Resident Evil 8 Village Gold. I 100% have these games. So prepare for Spooktober. So the fact that he's able to gift it again, like it's got to be, I guess, different edition. I really don't know. Or maybe it upgrades the other edition. I have no idea. But I 1000% have both of these games. Otherwise, I don't know. I have no idea. But Hypno's Cat, thank you so much for Resident Evil 7 Gold and Village Gold. That is crazy. And yes, we have way too many games set up for October, our horror month. But we're going to see it through. We're going to try to figure it out, see what we're going to do. How long is October? 31 days, right? So 31 days. 31 days of horror.
Some of those games you could actually beat in less than a day.
Yeah, so I was gonna try to put like a good amount of the indie titles that are gonna take like 1 or 2 days to finish, and then maybe towards the end I'll throw in like Resident Evil 7 or 8 or something like a longer game, Yeah. But thank you, Hypnos Cat, appreciate it. And that makes us all caught up on the gifted games, but we have
Hell yeah.
a couple, like 2 or 3 more super chats, and then we're gonna be all good. We got GDR with a 5. Has Smash applied to work at Nintendo of America after all the shilling he has done for them? Damn, I wish I read that while he was here.
Yeah.
Damn. Andros the Warrior High Alpha for a 10. Why haven't we had a Godzilla Trilogy Remaster collection? Same with Rampage and Primal Rage. I mean, come on, Mortal Kombat's having a Legacy collection. Why can't the other games have the same thing?
Toho.
Fuck you, that's why.
Toho doesn't play nice with others.
Toho really does not. Toho sucks.
Yes.
There you go. GDR with a 5. Do a waifu battle. Fuck the raid. Bring on the sluts. Yo, GDR's crazy, bro. GDR with another 5. I feel like the poor kid at Christmas watching the rich kid get loaded with gifts. Bring on some content. Sorry, man. I'm not like some of these other streamers, man. I'm gonna call out every dono, every fucking gifted game, and I'm gonna do it during the stream, not like a week later in a catch-up stream and nobody remembers. Like, I'm not gonna do that. All right, we are fully caught up everywhere. Shout out to all you guys. What a legendary fucking stream this was. Awesome. We have over 400 people watching. Wizard, did you want to tell these people what you told me about before?
Yeah, you guys, I'm working on something massive right now. A massive project. I'm going to be unveiling it a little bit more tomorrow on my channel. But I figured we would kind of announce it here with all of you now. Something that keeps popping up in all of our content is stop supporting AAA games, support indie, support small development team video gaming. And like the response to that is usually, well, where do I find them? Like, where do I find these indie games? It's like you could just scroll on Steam forever, sure, but like most of us aren't going to do that. So I am working with a team right now, and we are developing a resource. It's a web resource. I'm super excited about it. You can subscribe to it now. You could like kind of join our newsletter so you're the first to find out about it. It's going to be completely free, but it's going to be a web resource called fakeportal.com, which is going to be a directory of indie and small team developed games. And
Nice.
It's going to be massive. I've already been in contact with a bunch of developers who want to be a part of this. We're going to have exclusive content on there from indie devs talking about their games, which is going to be awesome. But this is like kind of the way to fight back against like the AAA administration. This is what we're going to do. Like, we need to support indie devs, and I'm going to create the resource for you guys to access those games. So fakeportal.com sign up for the newsletter now. I'll have a full. We're going to showcase it tomorrow on stream, but I'm super excited about it. This is going to be really good.
What time is your stream tomorrow?
1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, New York time.
Very nice, man. Very nice. That sounds exciting, man. And I'm all for that, man, because, you know, I tell people all the time, a lot of YouTubers, they don't bother reacting to like indie showcases or anything like that. They don't talk about indie games that much. They'll talk. They'll be like, yeah, I love indie games. And then you never see them play them, or you never see them showcase them or talk about them or anything. Right. So I love shit like that, man. I'm down. I can't wait to see more.
Gamers like to spend money. Like they do like to spend money, and they're willing to. But I think we need to do a better job, or at least I feel compelled to do a better job of connecting a platform to people, like bringing people, bridging that gap of developer of like games that are actually good and like they don't have the marketing budget. Like I talk to developers, and I guess we all do really, and they're like, I'm going broke making music for my game. Like we are spending hard-earned money, like just developing minor assets to make this game the art that we see it as. And it's like, that's what I want to support. I don't want to support Marvel Spider-Man 2 for $315 million. I want to support actual art. So that's what we're going to do. Fakeportal.com.
Fuck yeah. Well, Sonia linked it in the chat. So thank you, Sonia, for being on top of that. I appreciate you. All right, let's do our outros. And really quick, Nvidia's for a 5 on Rumble says the Gungrave anime is great. A must watch in English dub. Also, the ending credit song is a banger. Well, I mean, the game kind of runs like shit. I'm actually a little disappointed. But so the worst thing about the game is that the cutscenes for some reason are super laggy. Don't know why. I can't explain it. I thought it was my Steam Deck at first, so I loaded it up on my computer. Same thing. But the gameplay itself is really smooth. So if they could fix that, that'll be top tier. All right, Sheep. Take it away.
I will be not streaming tonight, but I will be getting a lot of things together because I got the next 2 days off of work. So I get to do more work somewhere else tomorrow. But Monday I'm doing nothing. So that day I'm pretty much going to be doing a lot of retooling and stuff like that. I should have that schedule up on Monday for everybody as far as my streaming schedule goes. So be on the lookout for all that stuff. Aside from that, you can catch me on Twitter as normal, shit talking and having people get mad at me because I have takes that make sense. That's it. Really? Go read manga.
Oh yeah. And Real Life Fake Wizard.
Awesome stream tonight. Had a lot of fun. Be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern. We're going to be talking about Fake Portal. I'm also working on a meetup because I'm going to be with Smash at Sieg at the end of this month. And I'm like putting together a meetup where we're going to have like 100 fake beards to hand out. And I just want people walking around with fake beards on. So we're working on that. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow. I'll see you then. But otherwise, great show. Can't wait for next week. I'll have more Kotaku facts every week now. This is going to be good.
I'm with it. Let's make it happen. All right, boys. Thank you guys so much again for everything. Like I said, me personally, I'll be on the road next week. Most likely, I won't be streaming Sunday outside of tomorrow, outside of maybe an early morning Grivcast just to get some gaming in before I go. But aside from that, most likely for the afternoon and the evening, I won't be streaming. And then Monday, everything will go back to fairly normal, with the exception of most likely a midday Grivcast not happening. But I'll keep you guys informed and let you know what's gonna happen. But Hypnocast should be happening every day. Video should be happening every day. So no worries there. And that's basically it, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. What a great stream. And shout out to the Hypnomods for doing what they do every single day. And I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, you guys already know, go be bigots, go be gooners, have fun. And God, fucking picture's insane, bro.
It's so good. It's so good.
Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you get.
a dog or a cat was named Vagina. Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in Maker Gang. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in Maker Gang. Fuck it again, put a ticket in Maker Gang. It means put a chicken in it we eat and make it back again. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! Cause that's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.